My name is Lincoln Kennedy, color commentator for the Oakland Raiders, and you're listening to the Pillaging Podcast.
You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Che?
Oh, we're back, people.
We're back.
We missed y'all, man. Hopefully you missed us, too.
There was a lot of confusion because I think some people thought we changed our name to the Crow's Nest.
Yeah, I know.
We did not. We didn't change
shit.
We're doing double work now, folks.
2 shows, dog.
Y'all wanted more Kenny and Che. You got more Kenny and Che. If you haven't checked out the Crow's Nest yet, go ahead and do so. It's still on your feed from last week, your pillaging feed from last week. It'll stay there. But it is moving. It is moving to its own feed. So if you checked it out and you liked it, or you're curious and you just want more Kenny and Che in your life, go search the Crow's Nest Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. So
That's
whatever
right.
your app is, it's on there.
That's right.
Now there is 2 Crow's Nest podcasts.
There's honestly, there's a shitload of Crow's Nest podcasts.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple, us included, that are actually active. But there's a shitload of fucking podcasts in the iTunes. If you search Crow's Nest Podcast, you're probably going to get like 6 different ones, man. And they're like a variety of fucking video gamer stuff. Or I think one of them's like a soccer, like a English soccer team or some shit. Like But you already know who we are, man. You know the logo.
You look for the one, the Dope CN Lockup, designed by Just Win Johnny. You know,
That's right.
And I think we're the only one that's released an episode in 2019. We're up at the top. Just find us and enjoy it. Check it out, man. It's like boneless pillaging podcasts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boneless meaning Raiders, right?
Yeah. So if last off season we got off topic a lot during the slow times, that if you like that kind of talk, us getting off topic, talking about food, talking about beer, talking about shows, talking about music, talking about all that good stuff, that's the Crow's Nest is for you. And we got a third host on that show, Polygon, who's in studio.
That's right.
And you know the sound quality is real nice.
You know, your boy over here, he keeps everything tight.
It's real nice.
Okay? Real nice.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have the best producer in the game.
That's right.
That's right.
Sitting next to me is Dr. Che.
Oh.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But we did release the first episode last week while the Pillaging Podcast was off the air. So please go subscribe wherever great podcasts are found. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio. We will be up on iHeartRadio probably in a couple months. Podcatcher, all that stuff. We're everywhere. Google Play Store, everywhere you can find it. Not on YouTube yet. We'll be on YouTube soon. We won't have video on there, but if you like to just listen, it'll be up there soon. So just keep checking for that one. But in the meantime, you can find it on all the podcast apps. So also, some of y'all haven't followed me yet. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on there at Kenny Stapler. And you already know, Che, what's your Twitter handle?
Che_PJ4F.
There you go. And then man that's not here right now, Kane. Follow him at Kane MT6.
There you
That's
go.
M as in Michael, T as in Thomas, 6. So follow him over there. Follow the whole crew on Twitter. Follow the Crow's Nest on IG. Follow the Pillaging Podcast on IG. And the Crow's Nest now has a group on Facebook, so you can find the Crow's Nest group. Best way to find it, follow me on Facebook.
There you go.
Look for Kenny Stapler. I'm back on Facebook, bitches.
And I will be making my way over there as well.
Yeah.
We're trying to get on all faces, man. We're trying to get all facets of the game, man.
And the
social media game.
The Crow's Nest can be very interactive. So if you're in the group and you're participating and you post something cool on that group, we will use it in the show.
Yeah.
You might create a segment for our show. So that's kind of cool. But enough about the Crow's Nest. We'll be recording that next episode tonight, right after this show.
That's right.
So we'll probably be dropping that on Tuesday mornings, though. The crew will talk about it tonight. I don't know.
Go.
Maybe we'll be dropping both shows on Monday. I don't know.
That is a beefy Monday, bro.
It's a beefy Monday, dog. It was a beefy show. So that's that. Tonight's guest. We got a big guest. Who's our guest tonight, Che?
Oh, man. Legend, color commentator of your Oakland Raiders, Lincoln Kennedy.
That's right. Big Linc in the house.
That's right.
Yep.
I wish he was in the house, man.
Yeah.
I wish he actually was here in the Crow's Nest, we got to do some upgrades to the studio before we could have big time guests like that.
Fax machine.
In-house.
Yeah. Yeah. We do. We need a bigger chair for sure. We need a bigger chair at the very least.
I need a bigger chair.
You do.
Definitely need a bigger chair for Lincoln.
But yeah, so Lincoln Kennedy wouldn't be calling him. So don't know if he's doing the 2-minute drill. He was a little evasive when I asked him. But
I would be too.
that doesn't mean I'm not ready for him. So thank you again for donations. We'll give a shout out at the end of the show. But if you want to donate, you can find the link in any of our social media profiles. Your donations help out a lot. Another thing that helps out is supporting our sponsors and our merchants. So we got 2 merchants right now. We got
That's right.
DC40customtees.com, you already know, and OneNationFanwear.com, which is putting out some of the most fire Raiders gear out there, fanwear out there. If you like Black Sunday type stuff, you're definitely going to like One Nation Fanwear. I can make that comparison because the homies are cool. But check them out. Johnny's doing some ill stuff over there. OneNationFanwear.com. Definitely worth it. They got embroidered polos, embroidered hats. They got T-shirts, everything fire. Everything
That's
fire.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Real nice stuff.
And again, responsible for the Crow's Nest logo.
Definitely responsible for that. Definitely responsible for that. You know what you're responsible for?
Perfect. Go Raiders.
I'm over here wilding out on the soundboard.
Oh! Come on now. You knew we weren't going to leave you hanging. I'm going to give you that fresh crack, too.
Fresh crack.
Oh, yeah.
Got that fresh crack.
Oh, today, in honor of our guest, Lincoln likes to have a little stogie, at times. Those of you who show up to the games, you might see Lincoln walk by in the parking lot with a fresh stogie after the games.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's getting into his chill mode.
Yeah.
So in honor of Lincoln, I went ahead and brought this Cigar City Brewing
Maduro.
Company.
The Maduro.
The Maduro. That's actually named after a cigar.
Yes, it is.
The Maduro, all right? And that's a brown ale. And it's got some delicious, delicious flavor. It's got a little bit of chocolate in it, a little toffee. Mm-hmm. I'm saying this because I already drank one prior to this.
Same.
And so did your boy Kenny.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Top notch, right?
Yeah, top notch. Chocolate notes, heavy chocolate notes, toffee, a little bit of coffee in there.
A little coffee, a little fresh coffee. Yeah, man.
But all that without being too sweet. It's got a nice crisp finish. Very good beer. I liked it. How much was it?
This 6-pack at the Grove Sound. You already know.
Yeah.
And I still waiting on that sponsorship, dog. I'm still give me a fucking employee discount. Dog,
Bargain
okay?
market.
Give me an employee discount. I'll do with that, okay? Give me like 10-15% off or something. But anyways, I regress. I got this 6-pack for about $8.99.
Yeah.
$7.99, somewhere around there in that area. Pretty good deal for the flavor of this beer, man. Pretty good deal.
For sure.
You pay for what you get.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
It's real good.
Definitely. Would you buy it again?
Of course.
Yeah.
I might have to go buy this shit right after the fucking show.
Yeah.
No, that shit's gonna be closed. I have to wait till tomorrow.
We got the windows up. We're going to keep the windows open throughout the hot season this year.
It's a little warm. It's a little warm.
Audio quality is good. Our voices sound good. If you hear a little background noise, that's all right.
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm hearing ambulances and fire trucks and police cars. It's wild out here, bro. It's pretty wild right now.
It gets a little funky. You would have thought that Rory Anderson was our guest.
Yeah. It'll be quiet all day until we start the show and then the siren starts. So what does that tell you?
It goes down. It goes down.
It goes down, bro. It goes down. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah.
A lot has passed during the time that we were off, and so we got a lot of quick hits for you today. Starting off first and foremost, the Raiders have received final approval to stay in Oakland for at least one more season. I think it's a $7 million lease with an option of a $10.5 million lease in 2020. Excuse me. That Maduro trying to creep back up on me. Yeah, so why the 2020, you might ask? Well, right now, the stadium finish date has been delayed about 4 days, only 4 days, but that's a tight schedule because we're backed up into August, I believe now, and preseason starts in August. So, just 2-week delay in this construction process could mean another year in Oakland. Yeah. So having that option for next year, for another year, I should say, in Oakland, that's a good thing. So if you're a season ticket holder, stand by your phones. You should be getting a call shortly. That is not official. That is me. I do not work for the Raiders.
Right. And if you're on Raider Twitter, I'm sure all the haters, former fans, whatnot, will probably use this as ways to, put the team down and put ownership down and put down this franchise. But
put down the crack pipe.
You know what? Get off our nuts, though. Get off our nuts.
You put down your phone, dog.
Right. Stay away from those moments.
In player news, the Raiders have signed veteran linebacker Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
Yo, is that off of fucking NBA Jam?
No, this is, you know what it is.
Perfect.
Street Fighter.
Oh shit, that's right.
Which So
I knew it was a video game.
So Vontaze Burfict, 1 year, $5 million. Not bad. Not bad. You can wipe your hands clean after 1 year.
Right.
If Vontaze starts wilding out, starts ending careers, ends his own career, don't take that lightly. I'm serious. He's had a lot of concussions. The dude plays like a savage. He plays with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
But it's a safe contract. And I got to say this. Raider Nation, very split over the move considering his rocky past with NFL officials and players alike. But a lot of you guys really excited about this. I put it out on Twitter when it happened. Yeah, I said a lot of old school Raider fans are going to love this move.
Right.
Bringing that hard hitting mentality back to the Oakland Raiders defense. And some of y'all new school fans, or just fans, smart fans, particularly, are going to look at this and be like, you know what? That's not a responsible move. But we'll see how it plays out. Because one thing's for certain. Underneath Paul Gunther, Vontaze had some of his best years. So I'm looking at right now in 2017. Among 4-3 outside linebackers, he was third in yards per cover snap, cover snaps per reception. He was ranked fourth. Combined tackling efficiency, he was ranked 10th. Run stop percentage, he was ranked third. And pass rush production, he was ranked fifth. So he was by all means a top 5 linebacker in 2017.
Right.
And we'll see. We'll see how Vontaze does in this new setting. I mean, he's teamed up now with AB, who he knocked out of the playoffs, like. Literally knocked him out the playoffs.
Literally.
And who else on our squad? Somebody else on our squad too. I can't think of the name right now.
On the current squad.
Yeah, on the current squad.
I can't think of that.
Can't think of who it was right now. But a lot of you guys like the Vontaze move. What do we think about it? I mean, not that we matter, but we're in your ear right now, so we might as well tell you. I like the move. I really like the move. I think we need a guy like this. We need a guy. Carl Joseph, man, he's under 6 foot. He's a hard-hitting dude. We need another hard hitter. We're constantly gashed over the middle of the field. I mean, it's been years. It's been decades. The middle of the field has been soft for the Silver and Black for some time now. And I think bringing a guy in there with this kind of pedigree and this kind of reputation are going to make wide receivers and tight ends think twice when coming over the middle.
This is true.
A lot of talk, especially, and we'll talk about LaMarcus Joyner in a second. A lot of talk about having the smallest defensive backfield in the league right now, smallest, I should say, secondary in the league right now. If you look at it, like when Bruce Irvin was on the team, we go up against the Chiefs. Who would be covering Kelsey? Was it Joseph? No.
Right.
Was it Harris? No. Was it Nelson? No. It was usually Bruce Irvin. And Bruce Irvin did a pretty damn good job chipping, actually, on Kelsey. It was one of the few things he did really well when he was on his own without Mac, right? So now you got a guy like Burfict in here. Who do you think's going to get that assignment?
Right.
A guy like Burfict. So, and he won't be the only one, but he's definitely going to catch that assignment, and he's definitely going to lay some wood. So, those of you that are on the fence about Burfict, I understand. That's a smart thing to do. That's a smart play. But, Shay, how do you feel about this signing?
I feel the same way, man. Obviously, listen, we don't want him bringing any more yellow flags our way, right? We get enough of them as it is. But you're right, man. Sometimes you need one of those motherfuckers that's gonna put some fear in people, even if it's for the wrong reasons, even if it's because you consider him a dirty player or whatnot. People are gonna think twice about crossing his way, right? Crossing his path. And so if you could do that just by signing the motherfucker, make people think twice about, their assignment, crossing the middle or whatnot. I think that's a bonus, man. And hopefully he's able to clean that up. And like you said, he's had success with Gunther. So why not give it a chance? Like you said, you got 1 year, prove yourself. And if it's good, then, we look at possibly keeping you around. If not, wash your hands clean. Nobody's hurt in that situation, man.
No, not at all. But I think he's got the talent. I think he can play. He was a little slow last year. He was playing through, I think it was a hip injury. So we'll see what kind of speed he has. I know a lot of you guys were pulling for Justin Houston. Not for the kind of money he wants. I know Brandon Marshall was out there. That's a heavy pass. And you got another veteran linebacker out there who I can't think right now.
And you know what? Brandon Marshall had he had a little fucking little shady response. Somebody was like, Brandon Marshall, come on over. You need to be in the silver and black. And he put like, ha, 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 with like some fucking eyes looking sideways or whatnot. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, we don't want you anyway.
Yeah. So, Burfict's on the field now. In fact, the moment we signed him, we got a 15-yard penalty. So, opening day, we'll be starting from our 10. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Got that flag right away. But reunited with Paul Gunther. So let's hope that he's found his Customato. Right.
Right.
We all know what happened to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
After he lost cuss, he got the facial tattoo when he started. Well, I don't need to get into that. It's not appropriate.
He was wild.
Save that for the crow's nest. Yeah, let's keep it moving. Raiders doing Raider things by adding speed to the wide receiver core. First and foremost, Tyrell Williams signed by the Raiders away from the Chargers, which is also, it's a double move. It's a power move.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, you fucking strengthen your team and weaken the opponent, one of your fucking rivals, of course.
Yeah, it had
a power move.
Had a few Charger fans jump on a couple of the threads and say, hey, you guys got a good guy. That's a dope move right there.
And then there was some haters talk about, wait till he drops those passes. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Washed.
Everyone's ready to fucking hate on people, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, Tyrell Williams felt like he could be a number one wide receiver. Won't be in this offense. We all know AB's going to be number one, but he's definitely a solid fit as a number two. As a number two in 2017, he racked up nearly 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. In 2016, when he was a primary target due to an injury to Keenan Allen, he garnered over 1,000 yards on 69 receptions. So Tyrell can do it. He could produce in an offense. He could take the top off. Watch out for this guy. He's a surefire number 2 wide receiver on our team. We got that 1 and 2 now.
And he provides the opposite, right? He's got that size, that length, like we were talking about, right? We have Antonio Brown, who's not known for that, but he's known for being the motherfucker that you could depend on, right?
Yeah.
Now you got another guy that hopefully continues to develop underneath him, learns a thing or two from the best receiver in the game. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
And and then we got a surefire fucking 1 and 2 punch, and then maybe JJ Nelson, he's able to learn a thing or two. Hold on to the goddamn ball.
Yeah, so I'm glad. Perfect segue. JJ Nelson, right? Another speed burner. This guy, look, that's the thing. JJ Nelson's probably got some of the worst hands in the NFL. He's got decent yardage. He's 500 plus every year, but his yards come in chunks, all that. But the guy drops balls like it's going out of style. He will provide an auxiliary weapon for this offense. I'd be doubtful to see him as the solid number 3 wide receiver. I think he's going to see packages. He's going to get looks, but he's had some clutch chances in the past and he's blown it. So that's kind of a trend that continues on here with this wide receiver core. Well, let's see what happens. JJ, he's got some guys around him. He's got some player coaches now, right?
Exactly.
But it's just like hands is one of those things you think you can coach it, but it just seems like you can't.
Yeah.
It just seems like you can't. So we'll see, man. Because
we'll see what happens, though.
The other guy you got fighting for that number 3 spot, well, you got a couple guys in there, but you got Seth Roberts as the incumbent. Got questionable hands too.
He does, but you know what? Like we said, I don't know how long ago we talked about it.
Yeah.
His numbers have actually improved every single season.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that. And we were talking about how we thought he had a horrible season, and it was actually in 2017, right?
Yeah.
And he had actually done a little bit better than he did in 2016, but touchdowns erase a lot of those memories, though.
Yeah, they do.
And he scored a lot of those in 2016. So, you know what? If he continues to progress the way he has been, we already know that Gruden likes him. He's a fucking Gruden grinder, right? He's been given that award. He's out there fucking making blocks downfield. Then I don't see why not. Keep him around.
Grizz Turner in the chat right now, thinking outside the box as he does. St. Nelson could be money in the jet sweep. He could be.
This is
He
true.
definitely could be. He could be a gadget player for this team. So
there you go.
Get him the ball early and let him use his legs to get some chunk yardage. Maybe Mr. Stay Boosted 24/7 asks, why are we still sticking with Roberts though? Look, Gruden likes Roberts, and the offseason ain't over yet. We don't know. Roberts could get cut. It could still happen, right? But Roberts, he does the little things that John likes. He's probably one of the better blocking wide receivers in the NFL. You might think that's not important in this style of offense. It definitely can be. Man. You get a quick slant over the middle with Seth Roberts set up perfectly in his route tree to land a block at the point of catch. Things like that. Everything clicking together is a West Coast offense. So
it's true.
And Seth, man, he does drop some balls, but he continues to be all right. He continues to be all right. So Gruden grinder type dude. That's why Seth is here. He works hard. Again, not the standout wide receiver, but he can do some things for you. Those little things is what John likes. Perry asked if there's any beer left. Perry, there's always beer left.
Always
beer left.
Always beer left.
Yeah, we still got beer left over from the tailgate. What's up with that?
Hey, there was a lot of fucking beer, dog.
There was.
Hey, when you show up with like 3-4 fucking 12 packs yourself, and then everybody that shows up with a couple of them themselves.
Yeah,
it's gonna add up.
And that wild 24 pack, Modelo 24 pack is always hanging out,
just chilling.
Yeah,
it's like, I'll see you next week.
Raiders add former Rams safety LaMarcus Joyner. LaMarcus Joyner was previously franchise tagged by the Rams going into 2017, and they let him walk this year. Joyner adds coverage skills to complement the physicality of Carl Joseph. With Eric Harris renewing his contract, I would expect Joyner to move between free safety and nickel corner. Prior to being moved to free safety over in LA, he was a nickel corner, did really well at the free safety position.
Okay.
But undersized. That's the big knock on him, right? So we'll see how it goes. Grizz wants to know how we feel about the Curtis Riley signing. I think Riley's a good player. He's in the right spot a lot of times. Just can't seem to make the play. He could see looks at free safety. It could be Eric Harris. Could be a guy that we draft. I think they're really just going for depth right now.
That's right.
We got to get 90 men, right? Got to get 90 guys going in this offseason. So,
going in the preseason at least, right?
But Curtis Riley was a quiet signing. I think that's a good one. I think that's great depth right there. I think he's going to fight. I think he's definitely going to fight. But and the reason why I answer that question now is just to say I don't think Joyner is your every down free safety.
Okay. So
I don't think you need to panic about having two smaller safeties back there. I think you're going to see Joyner moved around a lot in this defense. Joyner, he played an important role in the Rams' success on defense in 2017. For the first 3 seasons of his career, Joyner played a majority of his snaps at corner in a nickel or dime package. In 2017, Rams defensive coordinator Wade Phillips saw the potential Joyner had as a free safety, the position he played at Florida State, and he certainly didn't disappoint. Joyner arguably had the best season of his career in his first season at free safety. Joyner totaled 39 tackles to go along with 3 interceptions and 1 forced fumble and a touchdown. The fact that Joyner came into the 2017 season without an interception or touchdown in the 3 seasons prior shows how much the switch worked for both parties, and hopefully it's only going to get better. That was taken from an article going into this year. Going into last year. According to Pro Football Focus, Joyner was a 3rd highest graded safety in the NFL for 2017 behind Adrian Amos and Harrison Smith, all 3 ranked in the 90s.
Okay.
So you can say what you want about his size, but he is certainly efficient and productive in that safety role.
And this is what I say. You know what? You make a good point about him being able to play multiple positions, right? Being flexible, right? And being able to play in the slot if needed, or the nickel or whatnot. But if you're telling me that the motherfucker has been the most successful at free safety, then let him fucking do what he's fucking good at, dog. You know what I mean? Let him play free safety and we'll figure out the other shit. Let's figure out the other shit. You know what I mean? That's what I say. So if he's having a lot of success at free safety, there's no reason why we should, why even second guess it. Just let him fucking play free safety and we'll figure out the other guys, man.
And the dude's a coverage free safety, right? He's a coverage guy. He's not the hitter. Carl Joseph is the hitter. But so to kind of illustrate how size maybe doesn't always matter at that position, I retweeted a tweet from Coach Ted Nguyen, a couple of days ago, a tweet that gone out last year. Phillip Rivers tested Carl Joseph in a red zone situation. Threw a bullet right over Joseph's head. Joseph launched, has that wild vertical. Almost intercepted the ball. So you got to, despite the fact that these guys are short, you got to respect the vertical.
Right.
Both of these guys can get up and high point the ball when it matters. And that's really all that matters.
Yep.
And LaMarcus Joyner, he intercepted Pat Mahomes last year.
Oh, let's get another one of those. Another few of those.
I want to say that was Pat's first interception of the year too. So I'm just saying.
You know what? I think it was because they lost that game, right?
Yeah.
To the Rams. I think that was the first interception of the season for him. Hopefully we see a lot more of those.
A lot more of that. And the signings continue. Raiders have brought back Dwayne Harris and Jason Cabinda. Cabinda will continue to get looks at the LB rotation, while the return of Harris brings great relief to the specials team staff. Dwayne Harris, man, he's shifty.
Yeah, man. We all saw him pull that little return out his ass, right? That was dope, though. Hey, I don't know if that was that's just being aware of your surroundings, man. You see a ball get tipped back in and it's just laying there. You already know that if you fucking fumble it, it's a dead ball, right? We already know that's the rule. So him having that heads up, being aware of that and saying, I'm going to take my fucking shot, and then taking that bitch to the house. Woo! That was fire.
Both physicality and cerebral skill set on display right there.
Yep.
And I think special teams gets overlooked a lot. And we had, this was like, I don't want to say 2 years ago, JFB had called in, giving a prediction about a game. And he said special teams would decide that game. He said, it gets overlooked a lot, but you get a wild kick, you get a missed field goal, you get good coverage on a punt return, this and that, fumble. Definitely can decide, which way it goes. We were having a conversation with Sean, actually. Shout out to Sean. He's going to be starting his Blackout podcast soon. He's doing his live Periscopes.
That's right.
They were on there talking about punters, and I said all punters matter, man, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is football is a game of field position.
Yes, it is.
It's war. It's basically a metaphor for war, right? It's about gaining ground and getting into your enemy's territory. And so special teams, man, it's huge. And having a guy like Dwayne Harris like that, whose smart decisions are made in split seconds on special teams. Yep. So, Dwayne showing the ability to do that. It's a lot of relief for the special team staff coming back on board with the Raiders. I was really happy that we got him back. And that means you don't have to throw like someone from your wide receiver core in there or draft a rookie to put back there, which is always a liability, right? Because if you don't have like a special team specialist, I should say, like a punt return, kick return specialist, then it's usually some dude at the bottom of your roster that's got speed, or you're borrowing somebody from your wide receiver core,
backup corner, or some shit.
Yeah.
We've seen that throughout the years. The last few years, we've had that like inconsistent play as a returner, right? We have a cornerback back there, one return, and then we have a fucking running back, right? Let's get one guy. Let's fucking let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about that no more.
Right.
Right? We don't have to hold on. Another thing, we don't have to hold on to unnecessary motherfuckers just because we want to play them in multiple positions. Oh, they're backup running back and they're going to be a special teams guy too. They'll mix in there. Now, we can cut those guys and we can fill in the necessary spots.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep it moving right along. Yeah. Raiders offensive line getting a makeover. The addition of Trent Brown and the subtraction of KO and now Donald Penn has led to the re-signing of Denzel Good and the addition of Jordan Devey for depth. The new line from left to right will likely look as follows. Trent Brown at left tackle, Gabe Jackson at left guard, Rodney Hudson, Denzel Good at right guard, and Colton Miller at right tackle. Don't at me. Now, I'm not saying that that's gospel. It could definitely look differently than that. But if you really play to these guys' strengths and put them in a position where they're comfortable at, that's what it would look like. I believe Gabe played left in college. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and you take your best guard, you move him over to that blind side. So, and I like Denzel last year. I've been saying Denzel's going to get the start this year. I really think so. I think that Devey, dude's a turnstile. He's basically the Giacomini signing of this year. He's in there for depth.
Damn. Wait, hold on. Fuck. Damn. Yeah. No, you just can't go past that like that.
I can't gloss over that.
You can't just gloss over that shit. You
Bro.
said the Giacomini signing of this year.
He's terrible,
Damn.
dog. I think he allowed like 5 sacks in one game at one point.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's
Shit,
terrible.
son.
The other guy we brought back, I believe, was Green. So there's some depth there. It was nice having Feliciano for depth, but it was not nice having only Feliciano for depth.
That's
So,
right.
I mean, these are the sacrifices that are made. Obviously, we're having Lincoln on tonight. We're going to go in heavy, getting his thoughts on the offensive line. The last 2 times we've come on, we asked him, is the starting right tackle on the squad?
And tonight's not going to be any different, right?
Yeah.
We're going to ask him again.
We are.
I won't be surprised if we hear the same answer.
Yeah. I'm going to be shocked, but I don't know. I think Linc's going to like Colt Miller. I think maybe he'll give us an interesting perspective and maybe give you guys some hope. Hopefully, that's what it is.
But in the past, he hasn't ever said like there's not somebody on the squad that can eventually become that guy. He just talks about the current, right?
Right.
And so in the past, he said currently, no.
Right.
Maybe they develop. Maybe they fucking they earn their stripes this season, and then maybe I can say yes. So hopefully that's the case.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. Other signings this week include Nevin Lawson, Josh Morrow, Mike Glennon, and Curtis Riley, as mentioned before. So a lot of depth players there. Morrow will come in and be the rotational defensive pass rusher on the end there. Again, still a hole. We got Arden Key. Again, they were asking us before we started the show tonight, who do you get at number 4? Me and Shay are on Quinnen Williams bandwagon. I said Clellan in our previous discussion a few weeks ago just to be outside the box.
And your boy Sean thinks we should take Clellan Ferrell. He's big on Clellan Ferrell.
I do too. I just think that with the plethora.
What is a plethora?
Do you even know what a plethora is?
If you say somebody has a plethora, I would like to know that you know what a plethora is.
I do know what a plethora is. It is an abundance. It is an abundance. I think with the what was I don't even remember what I was saying right now. With the plethora of defensive ends in this draft, I think you could still get a guy at the bottom of the first. A guy like maybe Sweat is still there. A guy like Brian Burns is there. We don't know how far Ferrell will drop. So I'd say get yourself somebody that can rush the middle. Bill Belichick showed you the formula for defeating elite quarterbacks is by pressuring up the middle. Especially a guy like Drew Brees. Don't let these guys step back up into the pocket. That's the last thing you want to do. Flush them out around the end. Arden Key, hopefully, got to get better at not over pursuing this year, because you get a guy like that with a lot of speed coming off the edge. He can bring you back to the middle. So if you got that pressure coming down the middle, I think that's key. Obviously, also key in the run game. So I would personally like to see Williams. I know we're really caught up in replacing Mack. Newsflash, you're not going to replace a guy like Khalil Mack. There is not another Khalil Mack in this draft.
Right.
Josh Allen is not the second coming of Khalil Mack. Don't believe what they're telling you. Is Allen talented? Yes, he's got good hands. He's got good speed. He does not have the bull rush or the strength that Khalil Mack has. He does not have that tenacity that Khalil Mack has. That's straight savagery. He's not that dude. Is he a scheme fit? A lot of these football nerds will tell you he's not. He's going to fall with the 3-4 team. I don't know how much of that is actually a factor. I think he can actually get plugged in. These young college guys, they can be coached up. They can be molded, right?
That's right.
You don't stick to the same scheme that you were in college. That doesn't happen all the time. But I like Allen, but I just think a guy like Williams, he's on my board, on my power ranking. If Bosa's not there, Williams is the next guy on there.
Right.
So
right.
I would go with Williams. We got off topic there a little bit, but I know you guys wanted an answer to that question on the YouTube chat, and hopefully you guys listening right now at your desk or at home with your chela or in your car
on the TV, bro.
In your car with your road chela.
Yeah.
Don't
Sit
drink
on the
and drive.
couch with the TV on the big screen.
Yeah.
Drinking chelas.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, though.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't checked out the live stream yet, please do so. And if you can't watch it live, do what Chase said. Kick back, put it up on your TV. It looks quite nice.
If you got a man cave, this is perfect for the man cave.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Fact.
That's right.
I fooled you. There's no Silver and Black Facts segment this week. We're going to take a break on Silver and Black Facts. Shout out to Mike Gorelli over there at Pro Football Focus. We'll give you guys a shout out anyways. Make sure you follow them at PFF_Raiders. Get all your Silver and Black Facts.
Okay. That was difficult.
That was easy for me to say. I think right here, it's about 7:40 real time. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back on with former Pro Bowl, All-Pro right tackle, Lincoln Kennedy.
Oh!
Cheer.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders. And we're back. We have on the line right here, former Raider, current color commentator.
Oh, man, not just any former Raider, man. This is a Raider legend.
Set it straight. Set the table,
It's a Raider legend here, man. And color commentator.
Lincoln Kennedy, how you doing tonight, man?
Wonderful, guys. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Tell the listeners what you've been up to lately and where they can find you online.
Well, same old. Now it's the off season. I'm just relaxing and watching a little March Madness tonight.
There you go.
You can always find me on my Twitter handle is LKennedy72, and then I'm just involved in stuff that I do. I'm a restaurateur. I own a restaurant here in Phoenix. I also have a cigar line, LK Cigars, and my restaurant's named Angry Crab. So just trying to do whatever I can to keep myself busy until the next season comes. If you know what I mean.
That's good to know. I was just down in Phoenix area, and I got to kick myself for not knowing that. I definitely would have been in there.
Yeah.
Definitely would have been in there.
Maybe
it's all good. It's all good. We're going to be around for a while, so you can come back.
That's right. That's right. I like that.
So the Angry Crab. Shout out to the Angry Crab. I love crab, love seafood, so I'll be back in there. But I know, big change for you recently. You are now the color commentator. You are up in the booth. So tell me a little bit about life in the booth versus life on the sideline. How's that working out for you? How was your first season in the booth for the Raiders?
Well, first of all, working with a legend like Brett Musburger is a dream come true. He's taught me a lot about the business, and as you know, he's been around for a long time. So that's been just a tremendous feeling and opportunity for me. I do miss Greg Papa. Greg Papa was very instrumental in my broadcasting career, especially when it came to being a part of games, and Coach Flores, obviously. But things change and things happen. But for the most part, I had a wonderful year. I really did. I missed the sideline because I missed being in the middle of the action, so to speak, being down there with the guys, feeling the crowd, as well as the energy of the field. But it is something worthwhile to be up in the booth, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. You're working hard, man. We see you before the games. We see you after the games.
Yeah.
Definitely a difference in energy. You leave it all in the booth. And when I see you walking out and you got your cigar in your hand, I'm like, that man just completed a day's work.
Hell yeah.
That's the look of a guy that's working hard.
True story.
Yeah. So, Linc, man, let's get right to it. It seems like every time we have you on the show, we ask you, is the right tackle for the Oakland Raiders on this roster right now? So I'm going to pose that question to you. In the wake of the Trent Brown signing, Colton Miller being drafted last year, got 2 tackles on the roster. Where are they going to start? And is the solution finally in the building?
I believe so. I mean, right now everything is on paper. You have to see how these things come together. But Trent Brown, a former 7th-round draft choice, has done really well working his way up the ranks. He got rewarded with a big contract. Some people might be skeptical of the money that was paid, but I think it's just what you have to do when you have a blaring need like the Raiders had. They have to make Derek Carr feel more secure.
That's right.
And I say that because last year, because of the amount of hits he took and the amount of pressure he was constantly under, he got really skittish. And he started dumping off the ball, really wasn't looking downfield. Not to say that there were a lot of open receivers downfield, but he just didn't have the time in the pocket. So they got to find a way to shore it up. Now, it'll be interesting to see how they replace Kelechi Osemele. I know the reason why they let him go because they freed up some cap space to make some other moves. And guard is a position really that you can either draft or find another. They've had some good luck with some replacements that they've had in there, like Evan Good, so on and so forth. So we'll see how the offensive line sort of shores up. But I'm a firm believer that you never know how good you are until you play against somebody. So we'll see these guys come together in training camp. We'll see these guys come together in preseason for what it's worth. Well, actually, I'll take that back. You might not see most of them in preseason with the way the game is these days. But I'm hoping so for the Raiders' sake because they really need that line to be better than it was last year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, just kind of putting on your coach's hat right now with the guys that we have to choose from, who are you putting at left tackle and who are you putting at right tackle?
Colton Miller will stay at left tackle. He's naturally gifted for that position. Trent Brown would have the option where he wanted to play, but I honestly see him being more of a right tackle, especially with that big body. And knowing Gruden's philosophy when it comes to running the ball, he wants a power side and a quick side. Okay. And Trent Brown is, with that big 380 frame or 360 frame, he's definitely more of a power tackle than a quick tackle.
All these Twitter GMs are changing up their lineups right now. Hey, listen to Linc. I defer to Linc on everything. I had it the other way around, but you set me straight.
Yeah.
You set me straight.
I got a question real quick, Linc. So do you think that does that mean that Gabe Jackson stays put, or does he move over to the left guard position?
I honestly would probably leave Gabe there. The left guard position, if you remember, the great left guards that I've played with, like Steven Wisniewski, they have to be mobile and pull. And I know Gabe has done some of that in his position at right guard. But if you move him back to the left guard, it's probably not a little too much switching, if you ask me.
Right.
I think you're better off trying to put somebody in that position. Let Gabe continue to blossom the way he was and the way he's been playing at the right side.
Okay. Yeah.
That's great. Now, kind
If
of
it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can't argue with that.
Hell no.
Not one bit. Getting back to Trent Brown a little bit, he had a good year with New England last year. Obviously, great offensive line over there. But prior to that, he was a bit lackluster. As you said, he started off as a 7th-round draft pick, and he's worked his way up. But now he comes to Oakland underneath Tom Cable, which, there's much to do about Tom Cable, depending on who you talk to. Mm-hmm. Fan base very down on Tom Cable. But, Tom Cable's got a name. He's a brand name in the NFL. So which Trent Brown do we see? Does coaching matter here? Do you continue to see his upward arc, or do you think he kind of settles back a little bit? What would be your expectation underneath this coaching staff?
Well, I think the expectations are going to be high, especially when you're playing around with as many draft choices they have and number of first-rounders they have, and just the fact that the team has to do better. John Gruden wasn't hired for them to just have 4 wins. He was hired to take the Raiders to the next level.
That's right.
And now he's going to create. He's trying to create the depth and the team that he wants in order to do that. With that being said, the thing is that it's not so much coaching in this level as it can be scheme. And I think where we were at last year when you watched the play of the offensive line, most people want to blame Cable, but there's nothing that he can do with the injuries. They had a plan going into the season. They thought Donald Penn would fall into that plan. He didn't the way they wanted to, so they were left scrambling. They had to start 2 rookie tackles in the National Football League, and especially this division, AFC West, with guys like Von Miller and D Ford. Now he's in San Francisco. But all the pressure that outside ends and outside linebackers could give you, you start 2 rookie tackles on your offensive line. That's not a coaching fault. That's just what they had to deal with. So with that being said, I think that Trent Brown's ability, what I've seen when I watched on film, especially what he did obviously with New England last year, he's getting a big payday, but they're going to rely on him, like I said, just to solidify that protection and maybe establish a run game, because Gruden wants to have a run game. He wants to have a balanced attack. Doesn't want to just stand back and pass. So Cable's under just as much pressure as Gruden is when it comes to this season.
So a lot of our fans want us to ask you, what are your thoughts on Tom Cable? Is it still unfair to pass judgment on him, or does his history with the Seattle Seahawks and the history of Lions getting better after his departure, does that follow him around? What are your thoughts on Cable? Can he coach this line up?
I like Coach Cable, and I think that, as I said, with a year under his belt and knowing what he's dealing with and the changes that they made, he's going to be under some pressure to make some things happen and to get some things done. It's not always about, the guys that you have as it is the scheme. And it's hard to develop guys in the National Football League, especially in offensive line play, because you just don't have enough time and can't put these guys in pads to really see what they can do. But I still have high hopes that Tom Cable will be able to figure it out and make it happen for the team.
That sounds good. Just got a few more questions for you, Linc. Thanks for giving us the time. Mm-hmm. Is all this wide receiver speed that we've accumulated, is it relevant given the current state of the offensive line? We saw how much time Carr had to pass last year. We still don't know how these guys are going to gel this year. I'm thinking there's going to be a transition period. Does all the speed matter if we can't buy the quarterback time to throw the ball?
No, it doesn't matter. But here's the thing. After the Amari Cooper trade last year, the receiving core was incredibly depleted. Martavis Bryant went out, and then he had the suspension. Jordy Nelson wasn't the person that they really thought they were getting. He couldn't really create separation. So among the wide receiver core, unanimously with the Raiders, They just couldn't do it. So they went out and they drafted speed. I mean, they got speed in free agency, and they, of course, they got Antonio Brown, which will really help. This is giving Derek Carr some targets. So when, Gruden wants to open up the passing game and when he wants to, stretch down the field, he has the receiving core that can do it. So I think that's great. I think that's great for the Raiders. But believe me, they're going to try to run the ball and establish a run. You're going to see power like we used to run. You're going to see the same type of running scheme that we used to run when I was playing for them, and they're not going to shy away from that, but they have to have the ability to stretch the field.
All right. This next question comes from Kane, and I'm going to kind of shorten it up a little bit here. The draft is upon us. It happens April 25th. It's about a month away here to the date. We got 3 picks in the first round. Where do you think John Gruden and Mike Mayock go in this first round? Are we going to be shocked with an offensive-heavy first round? Is it going to go defense? Who do you got in the first round, Linc, at least at the number 4 spot?
At least I think you got to get an edge rusher, or you got to get yourself a noisemaker at defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. And it might be Williams, the kid from Alabama, or one of the edge rushers that'll be free. But I think that's where you go. They've got to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback. Paul Gunther's hands was tied last year, what he could do scheme-wise, and he just didn't have the people to do it. So he's got his linebacker in Burfict, and I think Burfict will do well, but they still need depth. This draft is going to be, and all 9 picks, I think it is, are going to be used, in my opinion, mostly on defense. You'll have some support players. They'll probably try to get a big back, maybe early in the late first round, somebody that can help relieve the pressure, because for what it's worth, you look at the team last year, every position group had holes and lacked depth. And so this draft, minus the things that they did in free agency, because they were incredibly active and aggressive free agency, this draft, they're going to have to draft pretty much the same positions they filled in free agency just to create depth.
Right. All right, Linc. Well, you know what? You are probably the expert when it comes to Gruden teams, having been on one, back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what are the comparisons between this Gruden team versus that Gruden team that we knew from the past? Is there any similarities in players, similarities in coaching style?
Well, his style is exactly the same.
Right.
He still calls the same plays that he did back then. That hasn't changed. His philosophy is still the same. That's no different. But, as far as talking about players, you guys tell me, do you see the same type of players we had back in those days on these teams? I'm not going to be too critical, because I think this team needs a lot of assistance, so they have a lot of growing up. But, when Gruden took over, we had a lot of veterans and we had players that could make plays. He had them somewhat, but it's really not fair to compare him, what we were able to do in the time that he was with us, the 4 years that he was with us, with this last year, because, heck, we had 4 wins when he came in his first year in 1998, we had 8 wins, right. So we were on the right track. And for what it's worth, it seems like this team almost regressed a little bit because they had to deal with so many injuries and miscues this past year.
Right. So, does that mean that we have some missing pieces on this current squad as opposed to what we had in 2001?
A lot of missing pieces.
Yeah.
A lot of missing pieces.
What?
We had Tim Brown back in the day. Who do you have? When he first got here, he had Tim Brown. Who's on that roster that's like Tim Brown as a receiving core?
Well, you already know the nation.
Go ahead.
You already know the nation's going to tell you nobody, right? Because Tim Brown is the guy.
That's exactly right.
Right.
So that's my point. You have a future Hall of Famer on your roster when you come there at wide receiver, so you have options that you can do. I mean, even his first year, we went through three quarterbacks. I think it was. We had Wade Wilson, Donald Hollis, and Jeff George all played.
Ouch.
Didn't have a quarterback of the ability of Derek Carr per se, but what we had running backs like Napoleon Kaufman. Who's on that roster that's like Napoleon Kaufman? No one. And I mean, we had defenders. We had Darrell Russell and those guys. You tell me, do you see somebody that's like that on this roster? No, it's not there. So this is a completely new team, but this is also what Gruden wanted. He wanted to be able to show that he could build a team, and that's what they're doing now.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll end this with two fairly personal questions. Not too personal, but just kind of directed towards you, Linc. I see you at the tailgates with the fans on game day. I know you enjoy food, restaurateur, as you said. What's your perfect tailgate plate? What's on that plate?
Oh, Let's see. That's a good one because I've tasted so much. I think that, hey, what I appreciate about tailgating with the fans is that everywhere I go, everybody's throwing food my way. I don't know if there's a perfect plate because I get a smorgasbord of everything, if you know what I mean. So whether it's some fried fish or whether it's some carne asada, tri-tip, I mean, the list goes on. There hasn't been a time that I've been out there that I haven't been amazed at the amount of cooking that the fans have been able to do, the nation has been able to do, all before they go in for a game. So it's pretty damn impressive. But I don't know if there's a perfect plate. I just like to eat, as you can tell.
What would be on your grill, Linc, if you were grilling? If you were tailgating a Raiders game, what would be on your grill?
If I was able to grill, man, I'm gonna throw some the normal some tri-tip and stuff like that. I'm gonna get some chicken and do the normal stuff that you do that's fine with football. You're not going to get too messy like with ribs or anything like that because the barbecue sauce can get everywhere. I don't want to get too messy before I go and scream for my favorite team, but I do want to get full.
Yeah. Good. I like that. I never thought ribs were like a great tailgate food myself. I think the chicken, the tri-tip.
It takes a lot of work too, especially if you want to do them right.
Yeah. You got to do those the night before.
Smoke them for hours, dog.
Yeah. Really quick, last question here. What was your most memorable moment as a Raider?
Oh man. Been asked this question quite a bit. I had the pleasure of playing in 2 AFC championship games and obviously winning one on the way to Super Bowl in Oakland. I think if I go back to the time we went to the Super Bowl and we played the Tennessee Titans, it was probably the most physical game I ever played in my life. I mean, I was totally drained. When we got the Lamar Hunt Trophy and on the stage, and they handed it to me, and I held it up. And the reaction of the Raider Nation that was there cheering, it was one of the most invigorating moments I had ever experienced in my career, and just playing football, because I felt at the time that we had really arrived, that all my dreams and wishes have come true about being able to go to the Super Bowl. And then I was playing and thinking that we were going to win, obviously, right. To be a champion, but to do something like that in front of Oakland, which I have the utmost respect for, the nation. Was probably the most rewarding time of my career.
Fantastic. That was a hell of a game too. I think that game sticks out in a lot of Raider fans' minds. I remember being there and seeing Metallica play at the tailgate. I mean, it was a crazy game. It was a crazy game, and the Titans were doing things. And
here's the thing: you guys remember back in the day, and I tell this all the time when people talk about the experience of Oakland. Back in that time, those days. The Raider games were the place to be, even if you weren't going in, because the tailgates were big parties.
Yeah,
and it was the tightest ticket in the town. Now obviously the Warriors are doing their thing, and that the basketball is a little different atmosphere. I don't even know if they tailgate like they do the extent of football, but the NFL started realizing that if these people are coming here and getting full, they're not spending money in the stadium. So now they build these, smaller parking lots to try to deter, tailgating if they can, or build parking garages. But back in the day, we saw that place rocking. That was the place to be. We were a fun team to watch. We were successful, and the nation brought it every time. Rain, sleet, or snow, they brought it every single time.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of going to a couple of away games the last couple years, and the tailgates aren't what you think they are around the league. I went to the Denver tailgate. I thought they'd be showing out. It was dead in that parking lot. Yeah. The Kansas City tailgate was cool, but does not hold a candle to what we do in Oakland. No. It's vast. So one of our listeners actually asking right now, how do you feel about the setup over there in Las Vegas? Do you think that the Raiders be able to maintain some sense of this tailgate culture that we got going on now?
No, it's going to be tough. I mean, to be honest with you, the business that is the NFL, it's not set up for the casual fan, in my opinion. I mean, they want people obviously to come out and support it, but the NFL, and this is why TVs and cable companies have gotten more involved, because the NFL doesn't want a great deal of tailgating. They don't want you to get full and liquored up before you come into the stadium. They want you to come in the stadium and do all that.
Right.
So this is the way they're going. So if you go to places like San Francisco, go to places like Seattle, and you see those modern cosmopolitan stadiums, and even in Minnesota, it's limited parking around it because they don't want you set up. They'd much rather bus you in or have you walk a great distance or have a parking garage. So the whole NFL experience for a fan like that is changing. The next generation won't do that or won't be a part of that.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Lincoln, we know your time's short and you're enjoying this off season. I don't want to make you work any more than you got to during this time of year, but you've given us so much already.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, man. Have a great night.
You too, boss.
You too.
Peace.
All right. Take care.
Tremendous.
Amazing, man. Hey, Lincoln always brings him in, and we appreciate him every time he's on here, man. He's hey, we already said it at the beginning of the segment, right?
Yeah.
A legend
in the game.
It's awesome to have him on. Like you said, he spun your whole thing around, right? You're just thinking, oh, okay, we're gonna slide over Colton Miller.
I was wrong,
blah, blah, and he said, nope. Shut that shit down, Kenny. Mm-hmm. Shut that shit down.
You did.
You gonna argue with the man?
Nope.
Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no. I was gonna ask him too what the feeling was on the sideline in the AFC Championship game against the Ravens when Siragusa flattened Gannon. But we'll save that for the next interview.
I guarantee you he wanted to go out there and handle some shit.
Yeah.
You know? He wanted to get after that dude.
Yeah.
But you know.
Someone else wanted to ask too about the Barrett Robbins incident at the Super Bowl and how that affected and what the real story is there. I have a feeling he's answered that question before, but we'll save that for the next time.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are one because that's now you're talking about like scars, bro.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to open up any old wounds.
Yeah,
dog.
Don't get Lincoln mad, dog.
That's a hopeful off season. I wanted to stick with that theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lincoln, man, awesome. Great. I wish I could be listening to our show. You know what I mean? Oh shit.
Oh shit. No shit.
You realize
have somebody else ask the questions.
You realize Che and Kenny will never hear a Pillaging Podcast for the first time.
This is true.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never had that experience.
Yeah. No, man. That's crazy. That's paradox right there.
Whoa. But yeah, let's take a break and then we'll come back after the break. We'll hear from your calls.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get Kane on the air. He had a little bit of car trouble getting down here. He was supposed to be in studio with us. Unfortunately.
Man. Sorry, brother. We're sorry about that, dog.
Rough.
We were looking forward to you being here, man.
So we got to check on him, make sure he's safe, make sure he's cool. And hopefully he got himself back home and situated. If so, we'll get him on the air still and kind of pick his brain a little bit. But stay with us and we'll catch you guys real soon.
Yeah.
Real soon. We out you.
Peace.
We're back. It's your boy Kenny Stapler, aka Fax Tatum, aka File Alzado, aka Spliff Branch. Yeah, I'm in the building, yo.
Spliff Branch.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good, bro.
Yeah,
and it's just Che over here,
aka Host to the Post,
aka Chelas, all day,
all day,
all the time,
aka you goddamn right. So let's get back to it, man. That was great. We're talking a little bit at the break and a little bit of it kind of with Lincoln about the tailgate situation in Las Vegas. Look, even if they were to put down, the same amount of acreage of parking lot space as they have in Oakland, this is going to sound like shade. I'm not throwing shade here. It's not going to be the same. You can't just uproot a culture and move it. It does not work like that.
No.
Look, if you've ever been to a Raiders tailgate and you get there early in the morning to sit up, you get there, you're at 7 a.m.
What time were we there?
6:30 in the morning.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. You get there 6:30 in the morning, unless your radiator breaks down and you got to pull over.
which happens.
It happens
to the fucking pillaging crew.
But they open the gates at 8 a.m. Right? You roll in there and you set up, and you got the seagulls above you. You got that ocean air coming in. You still got the mist from the morning.
It's fresh.
The overcast hasn't burnt off yet. You can smell the sea air mixing in with that charcoal, and you got those barbecues, lighting up. And the place looks like a war zone. You see flags up in the air, smoke everywhere. You're walking around. You smell tree. You smell meat. You smell fresh shrimp on the grill. You smell all that good stuff. Beers are being cracked. People you don't know are coming up to you, high-fiving you, screaming in your face, Raiders!
Yeah.
You're not going to match that energy.
Hell no.
You're not.
It's cannot be replicated, man. It cannot be replicated. I'm sure the Las Vegas, everybody that goes, we're going to be there. We'll show up to Las Vegas. We're fucking going, bro, right?
We're going to be out there.
We're going to be repping, and we're going to try to rep as much as we can as we did here in Oakland, man. But it's not going to be the same.
And here's my call to action. Because a lot of you guys are throwing shade against Vegas, and Vegas throwing shade against Oakland fans. Here's my call to action. You say it's not going to be the same, and we agree with you. But it's time for you to define a new era of Raider Nation.
Oh, that's a good point, man.
A new culture. So
that's a good point.
It's not going to be the same, but what is it going to be? Well, that's up to you, right? That's up to you. It is what we make it. So if you show up and people are wilding out and it's a shit show, and you bring that kind of like shit talking to the tailgate, we're doomed. You're going to jinx it from the beginning. It's going to go sideways fast.
Right.
Lay down your arms. We're here for a good reason. Make it something to be memorable. Make it something brand new. Start new traditions.
There you go.
A lot of us, at our age, you're seeing family members pass away. Families in turmoil. They're eroding. There's divorces. Shit happens. Kids move away. But what do? We carry on traditions from the past as best as we can, and we start new ones, and we embrace it. Nobody throws Christmas down the toilet just because grandma passed away. We do it in her honor, right?
Right.
So we need to do the same thing for Vegas. We need to define the new era ourselves. That's up to us. Don't wait for the Raiders organization to do it for you. They did that here in Oakland with Raiderville. It's whack. Nobody goes over there, dog. If you're over there, it's your first time. No one's hanging out over there.
Or you got kids.
So,
and that's good, man. I'm glad that you're treating your kids like that.
And again, not to throw shade at the organization, Raiderville's cool. I'll kind of throw a little party over there, and you got the stage, and you're bringing in guests, and they're signing events stuff, and that's cool. But that does not define the tailgate, right? That's a perk at the tailgate. It's a thing you either walk through or you walk around, depending on who you are and how long you've been there. So don't leave it up to them to define what it is that we are. Raider Nation is separate from the Raiders brass, right? We're very different people. If you were at Ricky's, you will know that. And Mark Davis was reminded of that when he got booed off the fucking stage. We're a savage bunch, right? So do what you have to do to make it our own, right? We will not be season ticket holders in Vegas. I'll tell you that right now. Che and I are scrambling right now to figure it out. How are we even going to get to Oakland next year?
Right. But we're going to make it happen.
We're going to be there. We're going to make it happen. We're going to be in Vegas too, but not every week. But so I'm looking at you guys that are season ticket holders, and actually I spoke to 303 Raider off the air this week, actually on pg4f.com. It goes down in the comment section.
Yeah.
I haven't been plugging that enough. I was talking to him. He was actually on a flight, and he had a layover in Vegas, and he was sitting down next to what happened to be the head of sales for the Oakland Raiders.
No shit.
So he was chopping it up with her and was asking her, what's going on, and said that, they're doing really, really well in these pre-sales. They've actually sold through quite a bunch of them. So, coming from her, and who knows, that could be PR, but it sounds like they're doing well. So, I talked to a lot of people. Oh, it's going to be different. They're not going to show up. And I'm like, nah, don't discount the fact that there are Raider fans in Vegas. There are a lot of Raider fans out in the middle of the country. Vegas is a little bit closer to them. It's a destination spot. They don't have to worry about, staying at the shady-ass Days Inn or Comfort Inn on Hagenberger.
Right.
It's an easier travel destination. And you have a lot of L.A. Raider fans.
There you go.
That are going to make that drive.
Hell yeah, they're going to make that drive. Hell yeah.
They already go to Vegas, so... And you got a lot of California transplants out there in Vegas too. We got into a free club for free. We saved 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 because I was with the local. She wasn't gonna have to pay. We saved $270.
Yeah, bro.
$90 cover charge.
Yeah, just shooting the shit
with a Raider fan.
With a Raider fan.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's what it is.
And that was at the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, shout out to Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, shout out. That was a dope ass fucking. And the champ was in the house that night. Floyd Mayweather was in the house that night. Yeah, man. Hey, in for free. I bet you some of his motherfucking flunkies probably didn't even get there for free.
Yeah. But moving on with this, I think it's put the bow on it well. Watts Raider says it's like another pirate ship. It's another pirate ship base. Pirates have many homes. That's right. We got a new port. And now we got to take it over. We got to pirate that bitch up, man. Throw some doubloons around. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Open some rum, spill that on the ground, break some windows, set a barrel on fire or something, you know.
Mark our spot.
Yeah, mark that
motherfucking territory, dog.
Goddamn right.
Hey, man, and you know what? I know the fucking Raiders stadium's the actual fucking parking lot's not going to be all that big, right? For tailgating and whatnot. But guess what? Vegas is full of fucking parking lots. Meet us in one, y'all. Right. Just meet us in one. We'll fucking tweet it out where we're at. We'll light up the fucking Mandalay Bay parking lot. Whatever, bro. We're going to make it happen, dog.
Yeah.
You think there's going to be a fucking party? Hell no. Come on, man. There's going to be a party somewhere.
It's going to be wild. Folks is going to
fucking meet at the bar at some fucking casino, and then we'll all roll out together, man. How's that going to look? Yeah. 500 motherfuckers rolling out the goddamn bar together.
Really quick, just to respond to people listening actually right now, and also the live chat. People are coming at me about the 2-minute drill, bro. Look, y'all, I tried. I had a 2-minute drill all lined up here for Linc. I'd asked him. I texted him earlier in the week, and he was like, we'll see how I feel. But you know what, man? Lincoln works hard all year. He had his feet up. It sounded like he was chilling.
Yeah.
He said he'd do it if he was in the mood.
And you know what? He would have get. You know what? We're
spit it out, goddammit!
I'm stalling.
Speak it.
I'm stalling. No, listen, man. The guy, like you said, he's relaxed. He's giving us his time during the off season.
Yeah.
Okay. That's special time. That's special time for a motherfucker that works as hard as Lincoln does.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. So to put him through a fucking stressful ass test.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
That's a way to get on a man's bad side. And we don't want to get on Lincoln's bad side. We want him to come back.
Yeah.
Want him to be on the show as a regular every year, dog.
Yeah. If he comes in here and pulls an Austin Gale, you think he's coming back on the show? No. He might quit his job. He might have Brent Musburger and who knows? I have John Middlecoff up in that bitch. That's right. I said it.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Pang, pang, pang.
Bam. Is that the team that you want to see in the booth? No, it's not. So,
oh, man.
But I just wanted to address that. I'd asked him. It didn't seem like he was quite in the mood. So we wanted to get him in and out. He gave us like a good solid 20, 25-minute interview. So be happy with that, y'all. Be happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Goddamn.
Hell yeah.
You know what? He didn't have to do a 2-minute drill because he dropped knowledge on us as it is.
He did drop a lot of knowledge, dog.
But I'd be lying if I would say I'm not disappointed either. I'm disappointed too. But hey, it'll happen. Give it some time. Give it some time.
Maybe we'll get on his good side.
Maybe.
Somewhere down the line.
We're already on it.
Because you know the 2-minute drill ain't going no fucking where.
Yeah. It ain't going nowhere. It's here to stay.
We plan on ruining someone's life next week.
Weekly. That's it. Who do we got lined up for next week, by the way?
Oh. There you go.
You know what? It's Scott Bear. Might have to put him through the ringer, dog.
Damn, he's going to pull double time because Lincoln didn't go through it, dog. Shit.
Might have to be Scott Bear. I don't know. We got Scott Bear lined up. We got some good guests lined up. We got Scott Bear coming on. We got Eddie Borsilli coming back from Sirius XM.
That's right.
I know Matt Schneidman's in the mix. We got Watts Raider coming on for Cinco de Mayo.
Our boy Watts is in the fucking chat right now, and he's going to come on for Cinco de Mayo. We're going to be cracking chelas like a motherfucker up in here. I might wear a sombrero. I'm just saying.
I think I got they got one of them ones from like Chevy's. It's your birthday.
You better give that shit to me because I got to do some fucking updates to it, man.
Next week is Eddie Borsilli, and then it's going to be Scott Bear.
There you go.
We got Kendra Stabler coming up on the 7th.
Oh yeah,
and we got Scott Bear April 14th. We had Mo coming on with Kendra, but he had to pull out. Yeah, we got
your boy Kenny dropping names over here.
April 21st, it's open, and of course, Malik Obi-Wan.
There you go, Obi-Wan is coming back. He wants that title.
Yeah, he does.
He wants that title.
We might have to give. Should we give Rue a chance to set the bar a little bit higher before Malik comes back on?
No, you know what? Listen, Rue.
Oh shit,
Rue's legendary already, dog.
So when he has to defend it, he'll come back.
Yeah, no, I think he gets the instant rematch, right? You got to beat the champ in order for him to have to fucking fight for his goddamn title again. He didn't lose his title. Yeah. He still has that shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking walking around going to other podcasts with that shit right now.
Yeah.
So, hey.
He's got the strap, bro.
He's the champ.
He's got the strap right now.
He's unifying belts right now. He
yeah, he is.
No shit.
Shout out to you, Rue. Do your thing, man. Get all the titles. And Shay's the boxing fan, so I defer to him. That's sound strategy. That's sound strategy.
It's fucking Bobby in the chat talking. I see you, Bobby.
Word,
no draws.
Yeah, Chay's gonna be here with no draws, a sombrero, and a fucking bolo, and no shirt on. He's gonna have the bolo, no shirt. But let's get to it, man. Let's go. I haven't heard back from Kane.
1 second, real quick, dog.
Okay,
because I need to address some shit right here, right now.
Let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
Listen, y'all.
Okay,
y'all in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all like to comment on your boy over here. Your boy's bilingual, okay? Your boy learned fucking Spanish before he learned English, and sometimes he has a hard time getting some fucking words out, okay? That has nothing to do with the fucking chelas that I drink, okay? Because a motherfucker could drink a lot of chelas. Your boy Kenny can fucking vouch for me.
I can.
Okay? He's been around for most of the times that I'm drinking the chelas.
That's true.
And there's quite a few that go down. There has not been a single time on the Pillaging Podcast or the Crow's Nest, for that matter,
right,
in which I drank that many chelas.
Yeah.
Where I would forget to speak properly.
No.
This is just my natural way.
It's just you got a lot on your mind, dog, and it's like you want to get it all out at once.
I do.
I'm
very expressionistic in the way that I speak. But I'm over here looking at the fucking chat right now. Your boy Sean's talking about, Chet sounds like he had some pregame chelas or two.
Nah.
You're fucking right. I did have some pregame chelas.
But no effect.
Zero effect.
Let's give myself some credit, too, because a lot of people, can he be feeling himself right now? Look, Che, I don't drink as often, right? You're a daily beer drinker. You might have 1 or 2 beers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is fine, right? That's normal working man stuff.
1, 2, 3.
I don't really drink with you on the show. That's normally when I drink or when I'm out with my lady or we're at a family gathering with my lady.
But that's not because you can't fucking drink, dog.
So here it is. A couple years ago, we were in Vegas, and it was probably the peak of our debauchery. Yeah. We have not drinking that much together.
Good fucking times.
Since then or before then. How did I do?
Fucking fantastic.
Did I not hold the group together for 3
Bro,
days?
you held it down.
Yeah.
You held it down.
And I pulled.
Yeah, you did.
I did. So.
Again, held it down.
Held it down. So, you're dealing with some professionals over here, all right? So just keep our name out of your mouth.
This is what we do. This is what do. You want to see some fucking chelas get thrown down? Get your ass to the tailgate, okay? Get your ass to the tailgate. Because there's going to be a lot of chelas that go down that night.
Yeah. I'm putting shenanigans in the blunt, too.
Yeah,
what?
It starts at fucking 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you better get on that motherfucking... You better get in line.
Yeah.
And come fucking meet us outside the goddamn parking lot, dog.
We will go toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe. I might black out in the second quarter. It's all right. It's all right. I come back. I rally. Halftime rally. I rally. I wake up. Well, Chase handed me that denogonizer. Oh, yeah, here we go. Energy drink. Let's go.
The denogonizer station is right behind our fucking seats, dog.
I see you.
That's how I survive.
I see you.
What you guys drinking, huh? Miller Lite? Get the fuck out of here with me. Shit.
All right, let's move it. Let's keep it moving. Should we do the calls? Or you know what? Let's do this. Let's do ICU because I think some of the calls are going to relate to this. And then we'll move right into the calls because we like to keep it smooth.
Oh, Grizz says he's going to bring some homemade shine. That's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
But bring it. Bring
it. Bring your moonshine. Bring your grappa. Whatever it is. Bring it. It's going in my face. God damn it. So I put this poll out on Twitter. I think it was around Wednesday. Who's the starting running back on the Raiders roster in 2019? I gave you all 4 choices. This is the ICU segment, by the way.
Yeah, I see you.
Thank you. And I give you guys 4 choices. First one was bring back Marshawn Lynch. Second one was bring back Doug Martin. Third was Chris Warren the third. Mm-hmm. We all know how you be riding with Chris. And the fourth one was draft one. draft a running back.
Okay.
One of the responses was laugh out loud at two of the choices being bring back. Look, man, I just put it on there because it's what's out there right now. Everyone, been talking about Lynch like he's still on the team. Marshawn Lynch is a free agent right now. And for all we know, he's retired.
Right.
We don't know yet. Doug Martin we're working on a deal with Martin. We've been trying to work out a deal with Martin. I don't know, what he's angling for. And so that's the reason why they were on there. And also Jalen Richard, all due respect, Jalen, he's not your RB1, right?
Right.
He's a nice change of pace, a really nice change of pace.
He's a complimentary piece.
Yeah. And
that's what he is.
Myself, Kane, and Shay, we're all big fans of D-Dub as well, but he's kind of looking like the odd man out right now.
Right.
So,
right.
And if anybody said Elijah Hood, I would have thrown him on the list. Bring back Elijah Hood. Who's saying that? Nobody. That's who.
Crickets, dog.
Very
Crickets.
Quiet,
it was
quiet.
crickets. Right now.
It was real quiet. It's real quiet for you, Elijah. It's real quiet for you. But I fuck with the name, though. I wanted him to do well. I was like, give me that Hood Raider jersey. Give me that Hood Raider jersey.
That would be fucking dope. That would have been a dope-ass jersey to rock. But you got to fucking show out, dog. We're not just going to buy your jersey because you were on the fucking practice squad for a couple of weeks. Come on now.
Antonio Brown, if you could change your number to 81, you'd save a lot of us a lot of money.
I already got one. It's in my fucking closet right now.
By the way, free shipping on all jerseys right now at NFLshop.com through tomorrow. So make sure you go to PJ4F.com and click through the banner. The banner's back on the site. Click through the banner, and we get a little piece of that purchase. So we'll plug that right back into the show. So you buy a jersey, make the show better. You're looking fresh. We sound fresh. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
PJ4F.com. Click on the NFLshop.com banner. Do that. So results of the poll. We had over 500 votes on this, 538 votes. Not too bad. Number one, by a long shot, was bring back Lynch. 42% of the votes. Do the math on that. I'm not a math whiz, but probably Grizz can handle, or Ray DeRue probably knows what that math is. 1% of you said bring back Doug Martin. 24% of you said it's Chris Warren III. And 33% of you said draft one. So that's where we're at right now. The number one winning vote getter is not on the team.
Right.
And the second place vote getter is also not on the team.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now with the running back situation. Look. Am I the only person that fucks with Doug Martin? I thought he had a good year last year.
Listen, he definitely turned it up at the end of the season, right? Once Marshawn went out, excuse me, that's a little burp.
Handle it.
A little burp. I'm not trying to burp in you guys' face and shit. But he definitely picked it up at the end of the season, right? Marshawn went out, he became the main ball carrier, and even though he was producing, people were hating on him those first few games.
Yeah.
There was a lot of little stabs at him. Oh, fucking this and that. But he did his thing, dog, and especially towards the end, those last few games, he had some nice runs. He was fighting for extra yardage. I think the big thing that people held on to was the fumbles, right? Fumbles on both their parts, Jalen Richard and Doug Martin with the fumbles, right?
Yeah.
But they also had some big plays in those same fucking moments, right? Those same games. Yeah. They had big plays, but everyone looks on the negative. Of course you look on the negative. When you're fucking losing, you look at the negatives. Yeah. You don't focus on the positives. But you're the one that's been on the boat. You said he actually looked pretty fucking good. I wouldn't mind having him at fucking RB1.
3.5 yards per carry. Held on to the ball fairly well.
Yeah.
With
a better offensive line, who knows what happens?
Yeah, who knows?
Right?
Who knows?
Those numbers all got to go up, right?
Yeah.
You can't expect him to have the same stats or as bad of a fucking season as he did last season if the offensive line in front of him is better.
Yeah. Look right there, Grizz agrees with me, so I know I'm right. Grizz says, Doug had a great year considering he only started 10 games, especially with not playing a lot of snaps after halftime. Why? Because we're fucking buried on the scoreboard.
Right, you're just going to throw the fucking ball up. That's the other thing that people ain't taking into account. Right. You look at the end of the game, you see that he had 60 yards. Well, how much time did he actually carry the fucking ball?
Yeah.
If he only carried fucking the ball in the first half, yeah. First quarter sometimes, dog. We were behind early in some games late in the season, you know?
Might I remind you that Doug Martin is also not on this roster right now. So we'll see what happens. I would not be shocked to see us draft a running back or even an undrafted free agent. Look, 90 guys. We need to get 90 guys in this offseason. A lot of people are like, CJ Anderson's just sitting out there. That's the problem. CJ Anderson is just sitting. That's the problem.
That's why he got to be fucking 287 pounds, dog.
My man's buried under Taco Bell wrappers
He
right
should
now.
be in a fucking treadmill right now. God damn it. Hey, but you did your thing, dog. I ain't hate on you. Maybe you think that that's a positive. Maybe you say, like, the more weight I got, the better. I got this agility. It's God-given.
In a short season that CJ had, easy enough to make people go, oh, he's still got some in the tank. Over a long haul, right now, seeing the shape that CJ's in. I mean, he came in, the staff looked at him, they were like, nah, not what we're trying to do. So, you're right, Grizz. Doug Martin is stalling on the contract signing. He'll be a Raider, I think. I don't know how many people are talking at him right now, but I don't know. I wouldn't be mad. I, for one, wouldn't be upset about Doug Martin rolling with one more year and seeing what we can do in the draft next year. Or who knows? Maybe Chris Warren is that dude.
He might be.
I'm hard on Chris Warren.
You should be. He's on the fucking practice squad, dog. You should be.
Yeah, he is on the practice squad.
Come on. He didn't make fucking 1, 2, or 3. Okay? He was an RB1. He was an RB2. He was an RB3. Okay?
Yeah.
Or 4.
Shout out to RBL.
RBL Posse. Don't give me no bamboo. Shout out Bobby Wasabi.
And shout out to RBX.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. RBX.
Let me see here. Let me go back. When was our last show? It was 2 weeks ago, right? So I'm gonna start with this call from March 13th. That's your boy.
Oh.
Wop Raider.
Yeah.
What up, Pillagers? It's Wop. Man, what a amazing couple of days. Got Antonio Brown. That was awesome. Basically sold him for a bag of potato chips and a pickle. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Probably paid a little too much for Trent Brown, though. But hopefully Tom Cable doesn't fuck that up. Then we got Joyner. That's pretty damn good. The guy was making plays all over the field for the Rams last year, so that's pretty damn good. It would be nice if we could pick up another couple of players on the offense, maybe a receiver or Mark Ingram or a nice running back, something to complement what we already got. Antonio Brown's going to get double teamed immediately. Jordy Nelson's not going to be attracting much attention. So, it's pretty good. I'm kind of happy. Anyone talking shit about John Gruden and everything about getting rid of Khalil Mack and shit. Why isn't anyone bringing up the Giants getting rid of all their players, Landon Collins? I mean, that's like the Raiders times 10. They got rid of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get how they could be talking shit about the Raiders. These guys, the Giants got rid of everyone. They slashed everyone off their team that was good. Why isn't that on national media?
Why? Because they're the fucking Giants, dog. Right? And if you don't know how people could be talking shit about the Raiders and not the Giants, Wop, you haven't been a Raider fan long enough.
Bro.
Which I know is not true. Take a minute, take a pause, and look in the mirror and be like, I know why they're talking shit. I know why they're talking shit about them.
Because it's the motherfucking Raiders, dog.
And we were 4-12 last year. So just deal with it.
Hey.
Deal with it.
Just roll with the punches.
These guys are the laughing stock of the NFL. I just don't get it. Well, whatever. I'm just going to have my cup of coffee and smoke it away. But that's just thoughts going through my head.
It's a good start.
Other than that,
solid.
Bell didn't sign with us. I didn't think he was anyways. I called it a while ago. I figured he turned his shit green, so I figured it was either Green Bay Packers or Jets. But I'm glad. We don't, it's okay. Jets don't have much anyways. Sam Darnold. When did Sam Darnold become an amazing quarterback? I wasn't excited about what I saw last year out of any of the, even Baker Mayfield. Too many interceptions. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. All right, I'm done blabbering. Wop out.
Solid call, though. Solid call. You're right, Wop. I mean, the Giants, it's a New York team, dog.
Yeah.
It's a New York team.
Hey, yo, shout out to your boy Dan over at DC4L for coming up with that top Wop Raider.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that top Wop Raider? You need to put a fucking lightning bolt in the background.
Yeah. And you only call it that's got his own sound effects. So we love you, Wop. Keep the calls coming.
Hell yeah.
This is a two-parter coming from the 719.
Okay.
What's up, Pillagers? This is Hardcore Raider calling from Donkeyville behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
Made a reference last week about uniting the clans. You guys decided to crack some jokes at me. I guess I should have stated the reference. I was watching Braveheart that week, so kind of made me think of all the hate in Raider Nation and all the divided fans that want to hate on each other and not unite, and that's all the point I was trying to get across. But I'm pretty excited about Brown and all the other acquisitions we're getting. You know, I think there's a lot of upside to being a Raiders fan. However, you know, it's very positive. There's like always somebody going to try to kick me in the fucking nuts. You know, so my fucking PTSD is coming out. I don't give a fuck, man. You know, Raider fans will sit there and you guys will watch other guys sit there and bash your fucking team, and I'll have the balls to step up and fucking say something. What the fuck is wrong with this? I mean, you guys really, if you're really going to sit there and let people piss and shit on your fucking team, where's your fucking loyalty, Raider Nation? Step the fuck up. People are hating on your team. Fucking squash that shit. Rise the fuck up and be a fucking Raiders fan. Fucking done with this shit. If you're a Raiders fan, step the fuck up. I'm out.
Step up if you want to get sarked.
That's the.
Was he calling us out? Did we hate him? We hated on him. I don't remember what the fuck I said.
I don't know. I don't remember either.
I don't know.
If we were joking, dog, we were joking, dog.
Yeah, because I can't
So
fuck
I
with that.
hope you didn't take that personal. We like to fucking share some laughs on here.
We bust balls, though.
Okay, we like to bust people's balls. But listen, you have a good point, man. There's a lot of fucking hate going around, and some of it comes from our very own fan base.
Yeah, most of it.
Hey,
Most
so maybe that's what the fucking joke was, because uniting the clans, like, hey, shit, that's sketchy, dog. Sometimes that shit ain't gonna, that shit ain't gonna go right.
But I agree with you. I mean, I just said it when we started the segment. You know what I mean? We need to come together. Underneath
Come
that.
together right now.
Fax machine.
I like that. That's a remix, yo. It's a remix.
It looks like he called back.
Hey, this Hardcore Raider. I was kind of celebrating last night, maybe a little too hard.
God damn it.
It's all right, man. There's a reason why you're called fucking Hardcore Raider, because you go hardcore.
Yeah,
dog.
we like that.
Hey, that's good.
I don't exactly remember when I called what I said. It kind of blew up and whatnot. I usually don't drink for good reason, so anyways, for whatever I said, I apologize. I guess now I'm more level-headed, you know, kind of explain. You know, I think it's a good time to be a Raider fan. Definitely excited. There's a lot of other fans that are trying to take our steam away, and I guess my take on the whole thing is, you know, every week last year seemed like something was there to kick us in the nuts, take away that momentum, that morale booster that, you know, we need as fans and, you know, the players need. And I just want to keep that momentum going, you know, keep Raider fans excited. And, you know, I do want us to unite because there is a divided, you know, division at times, you know, because of the move and everything. But, you know, we got one last year in Oakland to get this shit right. And, you know, I just want Raider Nation to stand up against the hate. You know, I know some people are going to have a different take or whatever, but at the same time, like, my take on the whole thing is, like, you know, you don't go into battle saying I'm going to lose. You don't wake up saying I'm going to lose. You wake up and you're saying you're going to kick ass. You're going to take names and kick ass. And that's how you become a winner, you know, and part of that is us fans. We help build that morale base for the team and the organization because of us. You know, even if we don't own the team, we have a huge part to play in the fourth quarter, the last minutes of the game, or if the defense is on the field, you know, like, that's what this team needs. They need us to be that extra little boost so we can turn some of these games around and hopefully have a better season. Maybe have a chance at a wild card or a playoff spot, you know, maybe even a long shot. Maybe we can have our last home game in the playoffs against the Patriots and get our redemption. That's what I've been wanting and waiting for 16 years. Fighting hard, you know, so I apologize for anything I may have said. I don't exactly remember, but I'm man enough to admit my wrongs, and, you know, I don't want to come against anybody in the wrong way, you know, but if they come at us or if they're hating on our team, I'm not going to sit there and belly up either. So, you know, that's all I got to say. You guys keep up the good work. I've done a couple shows with Grimy Nation podcast, so maybe you guys check that out, and it kind of goes more in depth about some of the stuff I was talking about. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
That's what's up, dog.
Yeah, no apology necessary. We're not bad.
We said that. Did he say brand new nation?
I think he said grimy nation.
Grimy nation.
Grimy.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to get grimy on the mic, dog. We ain't mad at the first fucking call.
Yeah.
It was a good fucking call.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we had to give you some of WAP's fucking lightning and thunder.
Yeah. That's right. You gotta share that. You gotta share the love. Now, we got thick skin over here. We don't sit around paranoid and shit. Oh, what did he say? What did he say?
Nah,
it's all good,
dog.
bro. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. Just come hardcore. Just bring it.
Hell yeah.
Bring it. You're all good.
You be real.
Hey, shout out to the Grimy Nation podcast.
Hell yeah. Shout out, man. We gotta have to check that out.
I'm gonna check that out. That's not an endorsement yet. That's
shout out. It's a shout out.
That's a shout out.
We'll come back with the endorsement.
Endorsement. The No Ledge podcast.
Yeah, boy.
Check them out. KNO, capital NO, LEDGE podcast.
Yo.
The No Ledge podcast. Check those guys out. They're Raider fans. There's not all Raiders all the time.
It's not all Raiders all the time.
They are Raider fans.
It's a whole lot of other shit going on in that show.
It's cool.
Good stuff.
Check them out. But yeah, appreciate the call, Hardcore Raider. This one is from the 201.
Yeah.
Hold on. I like to laugh at the transcript sometimes. So before I even hear what this guy has to say, it says Kenny Shane Spider-Man. This is Gail from Jersey. Oh, by the way, shout out to Spiderhead and Fitz. They do a show on Merce Network.
Yeah.
And that's a great show. I think they're out of New Jersey, New York. And they just started a second podcast called the Inebriation Podcast.
Is that them? Our boy Johnny made the fucking logo.
That's them.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't know that was them. That's dope.
Yeah, so they're going to be talking a lot of beer talk.
Yeah. Hey, let's mix it up, fellas.
They just hit me up today and asked if we come on. I said,
fuck yeah.
Right, we'll come on.
You goddamn right.
So I'll be talking to Chuck, and we'll get that worked out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Shout out, y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. That's going to be fun.
So when I text you when you're available, answer me, Che. This guy over here be putting me on ice for 24 hours.
No, dog. You already know what's been going on in my life, dog.
You're good. You're busy. You're busy.
My life in the sunshine.
Hey, Top Bob, that's a song suggestion for you right now. You need to listen to that song. Put a smile on your face. There's Hardcore Radio in the chat right now.
Yeah.
All right, check it out. 201.
Kenny, Shay, Kane, it's popping, man. This is Gail from Jersey. I've been listening to you for a minute already, but I never called up first time. I think I hit up a few times on Twitter. But yeah, I just want to shout you guys out. And love the show. You looking good right now. All the movies are making you looking good. I want to give a shout out to all my people in Jersey. It's deep out here. The nation is deep. I don't know too many, but I hear all the callers. One thing too, man, yeah, Kenny, you getting fancy on us, man. Like you knocking all the brothers for. That's my spot right there, bro. But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, man. I'm gonna see y'all out here for the Jet game. Hopefully with some Aunt Sally, Sister Sally. Saying we're gonna be good, all right? Be safe, bro.
All right, cool. Calling from the wing of an airplane. Apparently,
there's a little background noise, man. Yeah. But hey, yo, we appreciate the call, man. First time call from fucking New Jersey, dog.
Yeah, this is Yayo from New Jersey. So again, the transcript had you as Gail. Yayo from New Jersey. I caught that. He said something about me being fancy.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
I guess I'm fancy. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about the meals I've posted, or
maybe
might have been the beat that we did for the Crow's Nest. But the Crow's Nest intro was fire, dog.
Oh, bro, the fucking music on the Crow's Nest is fire. If you guys haven't listened to the first episode, your boy Kenny, your boy Che, and your boy Polygon, they were up in the fucking Crow's Nest mixing those motherfucking songs together.
Bangers.
We didn't steal them motherfucking tracks for nobody.
Bangers.
Okay? We put together these beats.
Your boy Che knows how to crate dig over here. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
This next call from the 303. You know where that is.
What's up, pillagers? It's your boy Vader Raider out here, digging out from that bomb cyclone that we got out here.
Ooh.
Man, I'm telling you, that was some scary driving on Wednesday. Woo, boy. Seen my life flash before my eyes a couple times.
Shit.
Anyway, hope you all are having a fun weekend. I know you're sipping that chilla.
Of course.
Chilla, you're sipping it, you're taking it in. I know y'all are having a fun weekend. Hey, So just a couple thoughts, and I don't know why I'm thinking this, but it just came to me, and I'm probably crazy for thinking it, but what do y'all think about us trading up from a 4 to a 1?
Not happening.
Giving the Cardinals a late round pick. Okay? Hear
Nope.
me out. I don't know how much money Rosen is getting, but Rosen doesn't deserve it. He restructures. He becomes the backup. We take him off their hands. We get a good backup for Derek. He learns how to play football, and that could be the next guy. And we screw the 49ers. We stick it to those mofos like nobody's business. So they can't get Bosa. I mean, they got D Ford, but you know they're still going to try to get Bosa. Make sure they don't get him. And thusly, like I said, stick it to the 49ers because I don't like those sons of bitches anyway.
I'm all for sticking it for the Niners, but weed's been legal out there way too long, apparently.
Wait, but give us a little bit more, man, because the context, you're talking about trading up, but you're talking about getting fucking Rosen off of Arizona's hands. So what? Like they look at that as a favor, or what else are we giving up, dog? Because that's what I want to know. Like you're giving up the 4 and what to get Rosen and the first?
Let's find out.
Or is it the 4? Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Anyway, I got to tell you, these moves we're making right now. I don't know if you boys or feel as I do, but in the last 30 some odd years, I've never seen this. I've never seen us be this aggressive. I've never seen us going after free agents. I've never seen us set up like this the way that we are. I for one was not fond of the AB signing, but after you start looking into it a little bit and you start seeing, oh, wait a minute. Oh, Big Ben, you kind of a douchebag, aren't you? You kind of think your last name is Rooney and not Roethlisberger, like you can make all the decisions.
Hit the pause. Your boy Kenny's been saying this shit, dog. Your boy Kenny's been saying that fucking Ben is a fucking douchebag, dog. Yeah. This ain't no news. Your boy Kenny's been saying this shit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
He's a motherfucking douchebag.
The Steelers have done all that they can do to ruin Antonio Brown's reputation.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, he's wild. His touchdown celebrations are wild. But there's nobody that argues with his work ethic.
Hell no.
And with his commitment. And when your organization is out to bury you and lower your value and keep deferring that payment, which is the history, right? With Antonio Brown and the Steelers, the guaranteed money, go look at it. That's what they're doing out there.
Right.
And Rooney is a piece of shit. And Ben Roethlisberger's a piece of shit. And Mike Tomlin, I fuck with you, Mike Tomlin, but you're a puppet and you're caught in the mix right now. And you can't keep your family together over there. And now look at you.
Damn.
You're about to lose the division to the fucking Cleveland Browns.
Damn.
You're out.
Damn. Yeah. That's hardcore.
Sorry, Omar Epps. Sorry.
Omar Epps with a beard. Omar Epps with a beard.
Hey, I'm just Google. If you think that's fucked up, Google Mike Tomlin, Omar Epps. Go straight to the images. I'm telling you, it's out there.
Oh man.
Come out that Le'Veon has some things to say on his way out the door. You're starting to see the Ben Roethlisberger thing kind of come to light as maybe this guy isn't a good dude. I mean, we already knew he wasn't a good dude, but he.
I also told you Le'Veon Bell was going to end up with less money than what Pittsburgh was offering him. I told you that sitting out a year would hurt his stock.
Right.
And it did. But you know what? He took less money to get the fuck out of that building.
Why?
Because Ben Roethlisberger's an asshole.
There you go. There you go.
Might really not be a good dude. But anyway, I don't know, Pillagers. I tell you, I'm excited. I like these signings. I mean, I like the Nelson signing. I like the Tyrell Williams signing. I love what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we are making moves, boys. We are making some pretty decent moves. And I'll tell you, it makes me happy to see the silver and black doing the kinds of things that it needs to do to put some good players in-house. And because that's what we need. We need a few more things, but I'm telling you right now, boys, I don't know.
I don't know.
You gotta.
Yeah. No, he's got more here.
He said, I don't know either.
Damn. They cut me off.
I did not cut you off. All right, let's just be clear. I'm not on here monitoring these phone calls.
That's all right. It was a lengthy call anyway. I should know better when I'm calling into the Pillaging Podcast to keep it short and sweet. My bad. Anyway.
Wrap it up, B.
To be fair, this episode is going to be like 3 hours long, so it's all good. It's all good.
I just wanted to, like I was saying before, you know, I just think these moves, boys, I think we're making moves. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect Mike Mayock to be a gangster like he is. I didn't expect him to be like, you know what, you ain't getting nothing out of us, but you're going to give us everything.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
Big cock
I love
Mayock
where
in
we're
the
going
building.
with this. Anyway. All right. I got to keep digging out because, you know, I know you guys don't know about this living out in Cali. Man, I miss Cali. Lived in San Jose for a long time. Anyway, I know you don't know nothing about this, but damn, they don't like to plow our street. So, man, I got to keep shoveling. Damn. Anyway, crack open a couple for me, and I'll crack open a couple as well.
Always.
All right. Vader Raider, out.
We can do that. Vader Raider,
out,
man.
Raider.
Vader Raider, one of my favorite callers on the show. Been calling a lot more often recently. I listen to a lot of Raider shows, and Vader Raider makes the rounds, man. This ain't the only phone call he made this week.
Nope.
He called your boy Q. He's called around, dog.
Yep.
So I think he's been a caller with Murph for a while. So shout out to you, Vader Raider. You're a strong caller out there in Raider Nation.
Same with your boy Wop. I've heard him. I've heard him on other shows too, man. Shout out to you, Wop. You make the rounds, dog.
Yeah. But he's out there. He's probably still shoveling. Get that work done. We'll definitely crack some chelas for you over here. The night
Always.
is young. So am I.
No more rebuilding. No more rebuilding. No more rebuilding. Mayock. 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 Raiders.
Okay. Okay, so the Google transcript is not Mayock. It's young man. This would go really bad if I were to read these calls.
Raiders. Kenny Che Kane, what's up, pillagers? This is Pete. Just got my dogs bugging after that chant, man. Some week we've had, huh? So by the time I've called in tomorrow, I'm sure that you guys will have talked to free agency at nauseum by now, and Kalichi and Donald Penn. But for now, for funsies' sake, let's look at what the AFC West has done. The Denver Donkeys added Wacko Flacco and did nothing. Fucking Los San Diego Babymakers, they didn't do anything but lose a wide receiver. The Kansas City Chiefs, we trade for Antonio Brown. They signed Tyrann Mathieu. Okay. We signed Tyrell Williams, and Tyreek Hill goes to jail. Boom, shakalaka, there it is. I'll say one thing that may or may not be talked about, but you know what? I just find it hilarious because I'm sure we're all in a good mood, and it is what it is. Since they can't hate on all the moves we're making right now, that is these talking heads on NBC, ESPN, Fox Sports, they can't hate on what's going on and the fact we have 3 first-round picks. They're coming at our boy Derek Carr now. Oh, can Derek Carr get it done with everybody? He did. Derek Carr made Marcel Aitman and Derek Whittier was I don't know if I'm getting his name right. Look like fucking NFL players last year. Of course he's going to get it done. Just save your breath. All right, everybody. Either way, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm sure we're a little worried about Jared Cook. And I'm sure we're going to be talking about tight ends in the draft and all that good stuff. You know what? I got an idea. Here's my idea. Why don't we just put Marcel Aitman in the Chris Warren Taco Truck laboratory and turn him into a tight end? Let's have some fun. And another thing.
So the Marcel Aitman and Chris Warren
Just didn't hang out
on each other's shoulders with the trench coat over them, like the one person trying to sneak into an R-rated movie.
He just needs to get on the same diet.
Was brought up, and this is my thing. Everyone's talking about how we need running backs, how we need them. I don't think so. I say we go out and get TJ Yeldon, and we got 2 picks in the draft late next year, man. We got a little bit of time. Either way, man, it's been a beautiful week for Raiders fans, and I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. See you tomorrow, boys. Late.
Yeah, Pete, man, great caller. Pete's a great caller. I don't really have much response to all that. I agree with most of it.
Perfect.
But here's my hot take.
Okay.
Get that queued up real quick.
Okay.
Here's my hot take. Call before that, Vader Raider. Be excited. Everyone be excited. No more rebuilding. No more rebuilding. Young man, all that. Well, this team's rebuilding still. I'm not excited. about this year. This year is going to be filled with disappointment. Not quite like last year. This is an 8-8 team at the best.
Oh,
in my opinion, 6-10 is the floor. I learned my lesson last year, and this offensive line is still in flux. We still don't have the kind of depth I feel like we need on that line. You got players now moving around in a new system. It's going to take time to gel. Look, we're going to take our lumps early on. This team, I don't think, comes out guns blazing. I don't see us starting out the year 4-0. Got a lot of travel on the schedule. We're going to be playing another international game next year. AFC West is still going to play us hard, regardless of what talent is on the field. The Chiefs still have the target on their back. Will Mahomes regress this year? Yeah. But the kid, give it up to him. He's still a great quarterback. Is Tyreek Hill a piece of shit? Yes. But he's still a chief. He's still a chief. And the Chiefs trying to play that Catholic Church move. They ain't going to fire him. He touched a little boy. He ain't going to fire him. Just move him. Just move him. Just move him. So yeah, hot takes. Yes, controversy.
Hot takes.
You don't want controversy?
Some hot takes.
You shouldn't have tuned into the Pillaging Podcast. Because who's the boss here? Angria Trask is the boss. And she's fed up with your shit, to be quite honest. And she lets me say whatever I want.
There you go.
So I'm not excited. I think it's cool. I like the new move. I like the new attitude. I like Big Cock Miak. I think he's, I think the comments from Drew Rosenhaus about his negotiation that made me excited. But it ain't over yet, and we don't know what we've done in the draft. And I'm glad you said draft a tight end. Cook is all pretty much a saint at this point. And that's fine. Get your money, Jared. We knew that was going to happen. We told you right when the season ended. I think it was the show after.
Right.
We were one of the first people to talk about how Cook and Gruden met, and Gruden tried to offer him a deal, and Cook basically pushed the deal back and said, I want to see what's popping in free agency. So,
right.
We pretty much told you he wasn't coming back early on. And I also told you to draft a tight end just a month ago when everyone said I was crazy. And who else? It was Chris. Chris from the Raider Ramble said to draft a linebacker. Y'all said he was crazy. And now here we are a few weeks away from the draft, and everyone's like, draft a linebacker and a tight end.
Yeah.
Pay attention, people.
Yeah.
We don't do this shit for fun. We might have fun doing it. We're trying to teach you something. Pay attention.
And we're trying to learn something, too, at the same time.
Here's the guy that's going to teach you something. This is your boy 303 Raider.
There you go. 303. Shit.
Kenny, Che. It's your boy 303. Actually calling from warm Reno, Nevada. Visiting my parents out here. Got some skiing.
Always
From
with
Reno?
Always with the weather update. I like it. Yeah, from Reno. He's out there in Reno. I got family out there in Reno, too.
That's what's up, 303.
Man, it's hard to find a good meal in Reno. The Calneva steak and eggs from the 9 cents. Highly sus.
In and a few friends from the Bay come and visited. So anyways, yeah, man. I mean, I think the continuation of the excitement is still there, at least for me. I've been, I don't really follow a lot of athletes on Instagram, but there's something about Antonio Brown that's, I don't know, he's got me engaged. And who knows how long this, honeymoon period is going to last, but this dude legitimately seems excited to work. I mean, to play for the Raiders, I think a combination, and of course we know he got paid, but he's got his money. But it just seems like Ben Roethlisberger just was a douche. I mean, I think we all know that he's a douche, right?
Message.
But man, he hated. I guess they never worked out in the off season, and this first visit, AB comes all the way to Derek Carr's house, and now they're buddies. So, I mean, I know obviously it has to translate on the field, but bottom line, it's refreshing to see somebody who's really taken the silver and black and is genuinely excited about it. A few other sightings that look good. I think Joyner from the Rams. First, I was like 5'8". Good Lord, too, getting any shorter with Cujo, but I guess he's a good cover safety, which is really good because we gave up a lot of plays over the top, and he's got some back-end speed. Of course, Tyrell Williams. Tyrell Williams, I didn't know this, but he has the most touchdowns over 75 yards at the last 5 years, even one more than Tyreek Hill. So we got quicker. AB and Williams got hands. And it looks like obviously we're going to have to adjust the defense big time. Couldn't find any defensive ends, which is a little bit concerning. So I would think a couple defensive ends in the first 4 picks. And I see us taking another wide receiver because we cut Jordy Nelson. I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but I thought we'd keep Jordy for one more year. But again, I think we want to get younger in that position, especially since AB's 31. I think we need a running back too, and then of course the tight end. It looks like Jared Cook is deciding between a couple teams, but I think it's going to still be a struggle. I think the offense is going to have to carry us, and of course the defense, if we're going to go heavy in the draft, is going to take a little bit of time to gel. If we could go 8-8, of course I would love this to make the playoffs, but realistically, we can go finish 8-8, but the back half of our schedule, we're really looking to gel. I think one more draft, and I see us rolling into Vegas, being extremely competitive, maybe even challenging for the division, and hopefully that punk-ass Tyreek Hill gets fucking banned from the league. That only helps us. So things are looking really interesting in the AFC West. So anyways, gents, I know you guys are having a great podcast. We'll see you tomorrow. This is 303. Have a wonderful night, and I'm out.
Solid call.
Yeah.
Now that's the kind of balanced optimism I like. He's excited, but he's telling you to 8-8 next year. And if we do better than that, hey, happily wrong at that point. But I'm done setting my sights too high, Shay, Mr. 37-5 over here.
Hey,
that's why I got you though. That's why you riding with us, right?
That's right, man. I provide different perspectives.
It's a balanced offense on the Pillaging Podcast.
Championship.
I'm about that run game, and Shay's going deep over the top.
I'm gonna take shots, dog. Shoot or shoot.
But 303, man, thanks for the call. It's good to hear your voice again. Yeah, it means
hell yeah, brother.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to seeing you out there at the tailgate, dog.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Hell yeah.
303, solid guy. He's always on the move, man. He travels a lot, well traveled.
Yeah, man.
This one, this has an international code in front of it, so let's see what's up.
Oh shit.
What's up, Kenny, Jay, Kane, Harry here from the miscellaneous accent from the East.
Yeah.
Hope you've all had a great 2 weeks, and the release of the Crow's Nest went well. I'll be looking forward to listening to it. I haven't had time at the moment. In regards to the starting running back question for the 2019 season, unsure what it will be. I'm sure Jalen Richard will be our third down guy, catching balls. I think. Let's assume that from his extension, which I think he got.
Yep.
To take a punt, it could be a Townsend worthy, unsure. But in any case, has anyone forgotten about Chris Warren? I'm pretty sure you haven't, and I'm sure he's been mentioned earlier in the podcast. But the dude was a beast last preseason, and the coaches could have been super impressed with him in the practice squad. We've got to remember that Philip Lindsay got over 1,000 yards from the shit Broncos team as an undrafted free agent. So why can't Warren do the same? Let's hope that he's improved and we could see him make strides next season. But at the same time, we could also draft someone, bring back Linc. Unsure, it's a bit of a wobbly state at the moment. But in any case, have a great week, everyone. Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, Harry, man. Harry's a great follow on Twitter, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good call. We kind of already talked about that stuff, so I won't reset it. But
and cheers to you.
I'll leave you with this on Chris Warren. They said last year, they're looking for him to be a more balanced back. Biggest weakness for him was pass protection, and God knows we need that. So, hopefully with the added weight, he's bulked up. He'll trim down. He'll turn that fat into muscle, and maybe he acquires those skill sets he needs. But you want to be a first down back for the Raiders, you're going to need to be able to do all things. So we'll see. We'll stay tuned. This one is in the 435.
Hey fellas, this is Raider Roo.
Yeah,
I'm going to call in and give my opinion on the starting running back. I'm not entirely sure we have him on the roster right now. A lot of people like Chris Warren,
the third,
and I like what we saw from Chris Warren in the preseason last year. However, I don't feel like he really did it against much as far as competition. So before I can feel comfortable saying, yeah, that guy's the starter, I want to see him do it against better defense. But I'm not going to count him out and say he can't do it. Just I'm not going to count on him yet. I don't want Martin back. That guy is whatever to me. I would rather get somebody else. If Linc came back, I'd be fine. I love Linc. I'm not sure he's the best fit in the offense anymore, but he can still have a role. I think regardless if Linc came back or not, with Warren, with Richard there, you still got to draft somebody in this draft that can compete for the starting job. So that's where I feel like likely our starting running back come from. Unless one of the other guys like Warren does show he's really got it to do it, but I still would draft a guy. Anyways, appreciate it. Go Raiders.
And let me remind you that Chris Warren's best performance last year was in practice. against the Detroit Lions.
That's true. He fucking
practiced.
Who did he slam down? That was a homie from Florida, right? From the Gators that we wanted to draft the season before that.
Yeah.
What was his name? Gerard Davis.
Gerard Davis.
That's what it was.
And all of you guys saying that we should draft a running back late round. Give me his name. What's that guy's name?
It's true.
Still haven't heard one.
It's true.
360.
Kenny Che Kane. What's up, Pillaging? This is Pete. Happy you guys are on this week. I forgot about last week. And yeah, that was like, wait, no fair. Anyways, just checked the Twitter and I saw the question. Who will be the Raiders starting running back next year? Answer to that is by committee. Unless we draft someone in the first round, I think we're going to be looking at a variance of starting running backs. Like 1 week it might be Jalen Richard, the next week it might be DeAndre Washington if he's back, next week it might be Chris Warren. At the moment it seems as though we really don't have a direction for running back, so that's the way I see it playing out. We've been known to mix it up either way. Anyways, so I call in this week, and I gotta say, there's a lot of joy to be had online. There's a lot of happiness amongst Raider fans right now because of what we got. But one question that keeps coming up is Trent Brown and Colton Miller. Who plays where? What's going on? Left or right side? I don't know about y'all, but I say, that's a good fucking problem to have. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. We got a polar bear on one side and a grizzly bear on the other. All right? And, I want to keep it that way. So let's go forward with that. And, yeah, so the Vontaze Burfict signing, too. Love it. Awesome. Cool. I can't wait to see him, strike fear into Phillip Rivers and, to make Patrick Mahomes piss his pants. But here's my idea, though, because my man's been known to play a little dirty. Vontaze, instead of getting yourself suspended in the middle of the season, wait until we play the Bears, here's their quarterback, and pump up our draft pick next year. Come on. We have to think smart here. Anyways, guys. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you at 7 tonight. Have a good one. Thank you.
Love Pete, man. The energy,
I like that.
Everything is always great when Pete comes on.
I like that. Hey, go get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Go hit that motherfucker. Get that draft pick up.
Yeah. Get him. Get him, Vontaze. All right, so we got 760 again. Back to back.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che? What up, Nation? It is C. John Fish down here in Oceanside. It's a beautiful day. Walking my dog, drinking a fucking Swampy's IPA.
There you go.
I can talk about the other stuff that's going on, but what the fuck I want to say is it's all some feel-good shit right now, man. I feel like I saw that Raider Cody had his podcast titled Filling Holes. I think that Mayock and Gruden are going to make this shit airtight by the time the draft is over, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, I ain't seen John Fish in a little bit, but I got to get my license here in a couple weeks. And for whatever reason, I don't remember what else I was going to say. So maybe I'll call back if I remember.
That Swami IPA is a motherfucker. See John Fish remembered what he said, and he called back.
My bad. See John Fish. Still walking my dog. I fucking remember what I was going to say. You know how that shit goes. First of all, how do you guys feel about getting a running back on the cheap with experience out of the Alliance of American fucking Football Alliance or whatever they call that shit? Second of all, Crow's Nest Podcast, keep that shit up. That shit was so fun to listen to. You guys
there you go.
Killing it. And third of all, my work made us all do Wonderlic scores like the fucking NFL draft style, but for our positions. I know you guys are scared of someone setting a record crazy on trivia, but I did get a 98 on that shit, so I don't know. It's all good. Still gonna listen. Love you guys. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, we'll have you on for that Thunder Lick test.
Yeah. Yo, see John Fish, yo, you come out to the tailgate like you did last year, bro. You can take it live in the tailgate.
Yeah. Yo, see John Fish. John saw Kenny schmammered last year. Schmammered.
But he brought them fire IPAs.
He did. Those were fucking good.
Fire.
Man. 831. This might be your boy Bobby.
Oh.
What up, Kenny? What up, Chad? Your boy Bobby Wasabi. So, what is going on with the return of the Goon Squad? Vontez Burfict, dude. I do not like it. I hate it.
Uh-oh.
It's crazy because some people are talking about it's a necessary evil. I don't know, man. I mean, we already got trigger happy zebras, you know, just throwing flags left and right. And this dude, obviously, you know, he's gonna be bringing a lot of heat on us, man. The hell's that shit out there?
Here's the thing about Burfict and the refs already having a hard on for our team. We're gonna get the flags anyways, right?
Absolutely.
Make them count.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Someone breaking in the cars over here or something, dude. Anywho, yeah, man, I don't like it. Some people are talking about how, oh yeah, they're gonna think twice about running towards his.
Did he say someone's breaking into cars over there?
Is there somebody breaking?
It might be that dude they arrested for drunk driving a horse in Watsonville. He's trying to come up. He's trying to get that car down.
I thought that was Bobby, man, trying to fucking put that unleaded in his horse, dog.
Yeah, that horse is impounded, dog.
That horse fucking turned around and run the fuck away, dog.
What's it cost to get a horse out of impound? That's what I want to know. Only in Watsonville, dog.
Shit,
Watsonville is like the Florida of the Central Coast. Florida, man. Here, this was going around on Twitter. Do yourself a favor. Go to Google and put in your birthday, like not the year, but like your birthday, and Florida man. So for me, I put August 20th, Florida man, and see what comes up. Mine was Florida man tries biting 2 toddlers. It's just a fun thing to do. And then tweet it at us. Tweet it at us.
Yeah, I want to see that shit.
Tweet it at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4. Tweet it at our personal accounts.
Florida man.
And follow us if you haven't already. The pillaging count has like double the amount of me and Che.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't mad at you, but I mean, I'm mad
follow
at
us, dog. Follow us. We chop it up. We'll chop it up. We're a little bit different on our personal accounts.
There you go.
Area. My thing is, what if they actually start going there twice as much because they know that motherfucker's there and he can be, you know, what they call not smart and hit people the wrong way and bam, flag right there. So that's the one thing that I don't really care for, dude. It sucks. I do not like the fact that we're rolling the dice like that. But don't get me wrong. If I see him crack somebody really good, I'm going to love that. I'm going to raise my head up to that and be like, yep, that was a good hit. Because I'm from the old school. I love those hits, man. I used to play defense in high school, and I loved doing that shit. I didn't care if I had a flag. So that's basically it. The other thing as well is that what I wanted to bring up to you guys is that what round do you think we'll pick up a tight end? Or do you think we'll stick with Derek Carrier? Because, you know, Cook is most likely on his way out if he hasn't left already. So I don't know what you guys think. Personally, I think we should draft a tight end, this sleeper, man, that no one's heard of. This kid by the name of Bucky Feldstein. I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of him, but keep your eye out for him. He's a sleeper right there. All right, guys, I'm going to finish listening to you guys and get some rest because these doomers in that movie, Us, tired me the hell out. I'm going to fucking get up out of here and get some rest. One more thing, shout out to my boy, Ape Quick. You know who you is, dog. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Love hearing from Bobby. Pulling double duty. The Wolfpack just finished recording for tonight.
Right.
So
that's right.
Make sure you check out the Wolfpack Nation. Check out the rest of our network. Put on Waivers podcast with Dwayne Douglas and J.R. Amato. The Ladies of Darkness, of course, Wolfpack Nation, the Pillaging Podcast, and Kenny and Chase bonus show with Polygon, the Crow's Nest.
And coming soon, the Blackout Podcast.
Blackout Podcast with the Wahoo Raider. That's your
Tune
boy.
in. If you ain't already following Sean, a Wahoo Raider, follow him because he's already started to launch the Periscope.
Stop that. Stop. You've seen Sean's follower account.
I know. I'm just saying.
He's maxed out. I don't think he can have any more
Bro,
followers.
I'm not saying that he doesn't have followers. I'm saying if you ain't following him, get on that shit.
No, you're right. You're right. Definitely follow Sean because he's doing his live Periscopes now. He just started last week. So that's a good conversation. Sean definitely knows his stuff. And he's got some nice hot takes now and then, educated hot takes that we like. But check him out. It's a little bit of a preview to his podcast. And let him know what you think, man. Let him know what you think.
Or else all the chat's gonna be is just us fucking talking shit to him.
Shit, I just went over to our notifications. I must have said something because that shit just blown up right now.
What'd you say?
I don't even know, but I'm afraid to check what they
Okay.
are. I'm afraid to check it. Yeah, so just check out to Sean. Check out Sean. I don't know what nights he's going to be doing his Periscope. I think it was Thursday last week. Yeah. So, but check him out. I don't want to say what night because I think it might move around a little bit until he finds a slot. But follow him and stay tuned for that. That's a little bit of a live Periscope coming from the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, and that's all of our calls, Che. Time to do some shout outs. Bro, we've been off. Do you see this?
Yeah, bro. So let me just say this real quick because we had a fucking abundance of followers between the 3 accounts, okay? Between, fucking my account, the Pillaging account, and the Crow's Nest account.
Yeah.
I'm limiting it to the Pillaging account. Okay? So if you guys followed me, my personal account, my Che account, or you followed the Crow's Nest account, just know that we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we'll make it up to you somehow. Okay? We'll make it up to you somehow.
And for those of you that haven't figured it out yet, how to get a shout out on our show, follow us on Twitter. And you're not on Twitter. Follow us on IG. You're not on IG. Everybody uses YouTube. Please go subscribe to our YouTube page. It actually makes a big difference. Just subscribe to the YouTube page, and we'll get you a shout out. We're doing YouTube shout outs now. And by the way, Sean just says he's going to be periscoping again on Tuesday night. So follow him and wait for the time that's going to drop. Yep, Tuesday. CNPN is coming up, man, and we got more shows coming to the network soon.
You already know.
Yeah.
We make it happen.
So let's do these are Twitter shout outs. It's a long list. I don't know who's running the Pillaging Podcast account now, but they're going to make me do this. So I'm going to do it. So here we go. Shout out to the Vegas Flu. Shout out Die Johnny's, Raider Jesse, William Day, Corrupt Soldier. Shout out to Dat Raider Dad, Raider Dave, Rentlek, Vogue Streetwear Fashion. Shout out to Dusty HWN, Ted C, Raider Aztec, Joy Marie Kitanos. Shout out to Creep With Me, Brian Cuevas, Raider Trey, Raider Maine, Joseph Catalano, Steve Kajos. Shout out to Jacob Matty, Bogdano Bombs, Alan Mars, Big DMC 22, Fully Grown Trees, Chris 2 Bot, Raiderette Natalie, Live for Angels, Ryan Nyberg, Hector Centeno. Shout out to Jeremy Dina, Quinn Mesmer. This one. Shout out to Eat It Till She Comes 5 times. Shout out to Cisco Magana, my bad. Shout out to Malcolm James Sr., Alex Mesa. Shout out to Gabe Q. Gunson. Ooh, shit, my bad. Shout out to Disco Duck Lady. Shout out to The Real Hogland. Shout out to Chrome Dome 520. DJ Al Rock. J-Pack 31. Smashville Raider. Shout out to Dennis Barber, Raider Roblero. Shout out to Adam Oliveras, Silver and Black Nation 77, Casey Decker, Thomas Bagu Jr., Raider Post, Dan McDonald. That's half of them. Shout out to Raider Memo Kin. Shout out to Connor Argetta. Shout out to Mike the Stove, Wally Gums, Steven Stambro, Memo Raider, Raider Adam 75, Tino Cota. Shout out to King Jeff, Fuzzy, Gerald Tasker, Ivar the Boneless, Virginia Raider Mark, Mike Purvey, Junior Ramos. Shout out to Dave Sanderson, Raider Nomad, Daryl White, UK Raider 73. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Pub Shed Raiders, Davian Bates, Virginia Educator RJW. Shout out to Likely Blazed, Hell Raider 1803. Shout out to David Galdames. Shout out to Kenny Robson. Shout out to Jared Saviano. He's a Savagiano.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dane Vasco, Jay Thiz, Samoan Raider, the Black Knight Senior, Chilaquiles.
Yeah. Chilaquiles.
Shout out to Cairo 38, Brandon, Larry Potter. Shout out to Kalon Sneakers Jr. Shout out to PC, Dan Royce, Clark Hazlitt, Steve C, Manuel Gaye Guios. Shout out to Justin, Raiders 22, Tony Williams, Darian Brooks, J.R. Jones, Rick Matos, Keith Dolphin. By the way, your last name still doesn't have a quarterback. Shout out to Carlos A. Alcazar Morales. Boy, you're definitely cartel kingpin. With a name like Carlos A. Alcazar Morales, running things, dog.
Hell yeah.
And shout out to Ronald L, who takes no L's. That's a long list. Thanks for hanging out through it. By the way, I got to double back here because my boy Eat Till She Comes 5 times might be related to a news story we're going to cover on the Crow's Nest tonight about a lady who went to the ER after suffering a stroke that was induced by an orgasm she had during oral sex. So if you're interested in stories like that one.
Good times.
Tune into the Crow's Nest podcast. Our YouTube shout outs it's a shorter list. Shout out to Pete Gonzalez, Ben Housen, Anthony Tanner II, Dirty Eric 1500, Kevin Thomas, TK. Shout out to you. Shout out to Bishop 916, Fuzz Knocker, also the same guy. Shout out to David Galiste, Jack Bauer 24, and Alan Horner. Shout out to you guys on YouTube. Thanks for the follow. And last but not least on my end, big shout out to Seth Shepard. Very generous donation this week. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Big things. Big things. Your turn.
Big things. Big wangs. We had some good wangs over here. I'm just saying. Your boy Kenny always hooks it up. He knows how. It's good hospitality over here when you come to the Crow's Nest.
And that's
just
a
let
shout
you know.
right out.
Should make you want to come over here, be a guest and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, shout out over here on the IG. Shout out to Obi-Wan Raider.
Yeah.
Shout out Michael Pops 1. Shout out Raiders fans. Nikos Young. Exhibit Supply. Rand Von Fosen. Yeah, I don't know if he's German or not, but it sounds pretty German, right? Or legit at least. Fausen. Okay. See, I'm getting corrections over here. I don't speak that language.
I'm German, dog.
Okay. Shout out Trying to Drift It. Shout out Amatera Sol. Shout out to London Raider. Shout out to our boy Sammy Quasar. Shout out The Black Hole 101. Shout out SH Money Rich. And I just want to give this one, this isn't a follow of ours, but I just want to shout out our boy, Kirk Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
For being the guest host of the Rich Eisen Show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
So he's getting into podcasting.
Yeah.
It was good to hear him out there. I just listened to the Rich Eisen Show this week and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Your boy Kirk Morrison's doing big things,
That's
man.
cool.
And he sounds good.
That's
Sounds
cool.
good, man. So shout out to you, brother. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
And he tackled everybody on set.
There you go.
In case you were wondering.
They were all injured.
And you know what? Shout out to Frosty Rucker for liking all of our chill out posts. We see you.
Yeah. Shout out to you, brother. And like I said, Frosty, come on over, man.
We got a Frosty one for you.
We got a Frosty chiller for you.
Yeah, that'd be tight. That'd be tight. Hey, would you yield to Frosty if he wanted to do the chill out segment? Would you let him do that 1 week?
I'm gonna let him sub. I'm gonna let him sub in. He could do it.
With a name like Frosty.
I would just toast with him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Chelas con Frosty.
Chelas con Frosty.
It's got a ring to it. We might
have to change the name of the segment. Frosty Chelas.
Yeah. Bobby called me out for not having wings for him. I got you, Bobby. Next time you come through, I got you.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Bobby, for making just appearances during the week, bro. I get off of work late, and you be riding your motorcycle over here hella late. It's been cool. That really brightens up my day. I don't get a lot of. I don't have much of a social life anymore with my work schedule, so it's good to have friends come over, man. But yeah, man, that's it for this week's show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, dog.
Make sure you tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. And if you have a hard time finding it, download the PJ4F app available for iTunes and Android. Call in, leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. DC40 Custom Tees. Shout out to you. One Nation Fanwear. Shout out to you. Please donate to the show. Again, you can find the donation link in all of our social media profiles. Be sure to listen to our sister podcast, Just Win Ladies, the Wolfpack Nation as well, and Put on Waivers podcast, and coming soon, the Blackout podcast. Until then, keep the wind. Oh, hold on. I got a bone to pick with all of you pillagers.
Okay.
All of you.
Okay.
Some of y'all don't listen to the end of the show, and we're about to find out who does and who doesn't. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, fuck you if you don't listen to the end of the show. There's a lot of good information at the end of the show. Me and Che were banging our fists last year about people leaving the games early.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, yeah, don't leave the game early. Y'all tuning out early. So if you heard this, make sure you tweet at me at Kenny Stapler. Let me know you heard this, because
I like that.
Here's a problem I have. I tell you guys, we're off the air next week. All right? We're off the air. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then here comes Sunday.
Right.
I get a million tweets.
That's right.
No show this week, guys? Do you listen to this? Do you even listen to the show? Because I spent 3 weeks promoting the Crow's Nest.
You did.
I gave you a full month in advance to let you know we were off the air. How many of you guys knew that? How many of you guys weren't paying attention? Please pay attention.
You know who fucking knew? All these motherfuckers in the
These
chat
guys
right
know.
now.
These
These
guys know.
motherfuckers, they ride or die, dog.
Except Pete, he called in last week for last week's show.
Yeah.
It's okay, Pete. But I'm testing y'all right now. Who's listening to the end of the show? From start to finish.
That's right.
These aren't pre-recorded outros, dog. Reading this shit live every year.
That's it.
Every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
And every year. Shit, all fucking year long.
All year. Anyways, be sure to keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug. And Pillage on Raider Nation, this has been a product of the Raiders Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
We out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.